Lynch, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
Chris Raunchy, Amy Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Good morning, friends. Live from the Spirit of St. Louis Airport in Chesterfield, Missouri. It is the Chris and Amy Show, and we are here ahead of the air show that is happening tomorrow. I got bad news for you.
What's that?
Well, good news for us. We are looking out onto the tarmac right now. All of the Blue Angels planes are here. All the Snowbirds planes are here. Bad news tomorrow, sold out. Sold out tomorrow for the Spirit.
I believe it.
But
how could you not sell out?
Sunday, there are tickets still available, so you're going to want to come out here because it's going to be a really great weekend. Hancock and Kelley are with us.
Yes.
And, boys, this is great, right? You see all these private planes flying in.
Yes.
And don't you wonder, I should be one of those people. I should be
Totally.
one of those people on a
Wait a minute.
on a
Ron,
private jet.
they were those people. They are those people.
That's true. You guys were, right?
Flying around with Dick Gephardt and all your politicos.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been with those people. We are not those people.
You're flying around with Mitt Romney,
Yeah.
weren't you?
Yeah.
Did you fly around with Mitt Romney?
I did.
You did? What was he like to fly with?
Really a good guy.
I believe that.
He would come off with a little plastic, on the stump, which
Yeah.
was unfortunate. But privately, he was quite witty, extremely bright. And he was a pleasure. We were at an event in Omaha, Nebraska, and they were having difficulties, and there was a delay, and so we're all kind of backstage, and it really was just he and I, and very engaging conversation, and really a great guy. I didn't know him the way Michael knew Dick Gephardt for sure, but I got to know him pretty well.
So we're sitting, as Ron said, to our left we have the entire Blue Angels fleet.
Yep.
We have
Couple
the
of
F-22.
F-22, yeah.
To the right we have the entire Snowbird.
Yeah,
Snowbirds
from Canada.
That's
from
right.
out of Moose Jaw. But then directly in front of us is an assembly of sundry private jets.
Yeah.
How many private jet trips have Hancock and Kelley been on between the two of you?
So private jets would be, a few dozen maybe, but planes, and I've flown on some small little planes, man. That probably 100 of those.
Yeah, well, when you run for local office, a statewide office here in Missouri, you're not going to get the jets. You can do a propeller and pretty much get places pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yep. But on the presidential campaign, the answer is I don't know, Amy. Hundreds of maybe thousands of times, and for a while it is cool. It's a fun experience, and you do get used to not having to deal with the security, etc. But you're often landing at airports that are kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily in the heart of New York City or Nashville.
You ever fly on a King Air?
Yes.
You ever gotten a King Air with turbulence?
So that's okay, John, and I just interrupted you, but that's what I want to know. I've never been on a small private jet or a big private jet or any private jet.
Mm-hmm.
Are they more bumpy?
Well,
Do you get sick on them?
Well, yeah, you can. I've flown on little Bonanzas and Cessna things, and the King Air's got twin props.
Oh,
It's not a jet. And it's a little bigger than, a small plane. But, man, if you get into turbulence on those things,
you and I, like a year and a half ago, took a King Air down to Branson.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And it was not the smoothest of flights.
It was not.
The propeller planes are planes that you feel that I didn't feel as much with the jets. Of course, the big jets get thrown around once you get to a certain point. But the propeller planes really mess you up.
But what's cool
Yeah.
in the little propeller planes is you're sitting in the front seat next to the pilot.
You are the pilot.
Yeah, I mean, you're
the
looking
co-pilot.
out the window there, and the pilot's, and he's talking to the Air traffic control. I had a flight. I was supposed to go. I was running for office, and I was Frank Flotron, a state senator at the time, had a small, I think, a Bonanza. Anyway, he was supposed to fly me, but he crashed his plane. So
On purpose?
No. I mean, he was fine, but so he called me from the hospital, and he said, "I've got a pilot. He's at Scott Air Force Base, and he'll meet you and he'll take care of you." So I'm going to Scott Air Force Base, and this is before cell phones. So I didn't, And remember the Tim Conway character from Carol Burnett, the old guy that kind of shuffles,
Right.
I am not 70, John.
So this guy, he's walking towards me and he's shuffling like Tim Conway, And he says, "Are you Mr. Hancock?" And I said, "Are you my pilot?" And then he goes to shake my hands, and he's got a noticeable. His hand is shaking back and forth like this, and all I could think about.
Oh, like the Waco Kid.
Yeah, this was. So I'm thinking the debate for president had just happened, and I remember George Bush saying, "We need a president with a steady hand," and I'm thinking, this is an excellent point. But he was a good pilot. He got me where I was supposed to go.
I had a flight from St. Louis to Des Moines once on a private plane with Mr. Gephardt. It was during the presidential campaign. We had press traveling with us. And as we took off, it was so loud in the plane, kind of like it is right now out here. And I knew something wasn't right, so I go to the pilots and I said, "Man, it's really loud back there. What's going on?" He comes back. He goes, "Yeah, the door's open." And I said, "Well, is that a problem?" He goes, "If it hasn't come off yet, we're going to be fine." And we flew all the way to Des Moines with the plane open, the door open.
It hasn't come off yet.
Yeah, we're going to be all right.
Like it was a possibility?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You know what? I was thinking about this. I was on a Southwest flight just a few days ago, and you know what hit me is that you don't hear much about the barf bags anymore.
Right?
You know how when I was a kid in the 80s, the barf bags on airplanes
Every
were like
seat pocket.
Yeah, it was like a thing. Like, oh, you're going to get air sick. Does anybody get air sick anymore?
No.
I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a good thing that we're here because we'll find a pilot who can tell us. But I have heard that the big planes now, the commercial planes, have really good stabilizers. And so the planes aren't as bumpy as they used to be, and that's why people don't use the barf bag.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I have more
that's what I've
issues.
heard. I don't know.
I have more issues with animals on planes than I do humans.
Oh, man.
Dogs that are, all of a sudden they're scared.
I got one.
And they exactly.
I got a thing you're going to hate.
Uh-huh.
So my flight about 5-6 days ago got delayed by 3 hours.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. So I go to the port bar, which I never do, and I'm there, and a woman comes up, and she has her little dog with her, Chihuahua. And this dog is sitting on the bar stool with its paws up on the bar. Which, okay, kind of cute, but then wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why are your paws on this bar? It's like putting your shoes on the bar.
When you say, like,
It's
get
disgusting.
your dirty paws off this bar,
That's
you're
exactly
being
it.
literal.
How would you feel about that, Michael?
I wouldn't deal with it. Listen,
Yeah.
if you are blind, you should have a dog on an airplane. If you are one of those people that you are so emotionally distressed to be on an airplane that you need a dog, then you should drive. You should
I
not
agree.
be on an
There you
airplane.
go.
And, I mean, these planes have turned into a menagerie of dogs and animals
It's a zoo
everywhere.
up there,
Yes.
isn't it?
The other day, I was flying back from Florida, and all of a sudden, I wasn't paying any attention, and I keep feeling something on my foot. I look down.
Snake.
It's the don't say that.
Oh, yeah, don't say that.
It's the dog underneath the seat in front of me licking on my shoe, and I'm just like, I don't want your dog licking on me. And so now I'm looking to see, okay, does this person have sight issues, etc.? No, it's just some nitwit that wants to take their dog with them to Florida.
You've got a problem. You've got a problem with animals, Michael.
Yeah, well, their responsibility.
Well,
They're
they
a
are.
major commitment.
They are a major commitment.
Oh.
Well, they're about a 13-year commitment,
Well,
depending on what you've got. But
at least a child can eventually get up and open a door or go to the bathroom on its own.
So-
A dog, you're committed to doing that with them the rest of their life.
my problem with the service animal on the plane is that I don't have – this is just my anecdotal experience. I don't have numbers on this, but I would guarantee that at least 50% of the people with quote-unquote service animals, they just don't want to fly with their pet down in the storage or wherever they're supposed to go.
Right.
They want their pet with them so they get a doctor's note that says they need it so they can sit with it. And I know this. I flew with somebody who did that, and it bothered me. I didn't tell her it bothered me, but it bothered me. I didn't like it.
I'd have told her.
I didn't like it.
I'd have told
Come on,
her.
this dog.
Yes.
You know, first of all, don't travel with the dog. Find somebody to watch the dog.
I don't know. I would rather fly on a big plane with a little dog than fly on a little plane.
With a big dog.
Yes. Well, actually, a big dog on a little plane might be better. It might be calming. Because I will say this. I realize I've never flown on a private jet, and I'm afraid of private jets because they're so small compared to, like, you know, the American Eagle connector? There's American Airlines, and there's American Eagle where the seating is two and one.
Yeah.
Right.
Stresses me out. Can't do it. I mean, I've done it when I have to, but I get really nervous because it's too small of a plane. And I remembered that when John brought up the prop plane, that I have been on because I had a last-minute trip to Hawaii, which was awesome. It was for work. But I flew out there, and I had to go on a puddle jumper from, like, Maui to the Big Island. And it's 10:30 at night, and I'm in the airport, and I can't find this airline or my gate anywhere. And I walk up to somebody at this airport that's basically closed, and I said, I'm looking for this airline. They said, oh, that's across the parking lot. That's in a different airport. Oh, okay. So I look. I go, I'm so sorry. I don't see it. I don't see the terminal. They say, see that pickup truck? Yeah, it's right behind the pickup truck. So I drag my suitcase across this parking lot into a very small terminal. I walk in. There are maybe 3 people there. The woman behind the desk says, are you Amy Markscores? And I said, yes, which again is a bad sign. She said, perfect. We were waiting for you. Can you get on this scale? I thought, okay. So I set my purse down. She goes, no, keep your purse. And that's when I knew I was in trouble. So I step on the scale. They weigh me with my purse. And then I take a seat, and I'm waiting. And someone starts cutting the grass. Someone is mowing the lawn at 10:30 at night in Hawaii, which is very odd. And it's only once they called our names and I walked out the doors that I realized it was not a push lawnmower. It was our plane. Ooh. That's what our plane sounded like. And it was a prop plane. 4 people. And I got on the plane. And do you know the taxi driver windows that they pull open and go, yeah, where are you going? Yeah. And that's what the pilot did. And he just said, you know, the barf bags are right there in front of you, and I'll talk to you in a minute. And he shut the window. And I sat there, and we take off. And it was just an hour flight. And I looked like death because the woman across from me goes, oh, honey, it's okay. And then she held my hand for the duration of the flight.
Wow.
45 minutes. But, I mean, a 4-person plane is pretty small.
You know.
That's small.
Yep.
Ron, you have to admit that's small.
It's a small plane. My old roommate, he's a little taller than me. So
the
it's
stripper?
kind of a bigger. No, not the stripper.
Okay.
Different guy.
Wow.
He was on a small plane once. And it was more like one of these typical. It wasn't a private jet. It wasn't like that. It was more of a prop plane. But maybe 10, 12 seats. And they took off, and the flight attendant came up to him and said, could you get on the other side of the plane, please? And he's like, God, I felt like the big guy from Big Fish. Like, oh, like, don't throw rocks at me. Like, poor guy. Like an ogre.
Yeah.
Chris and Amy, we are live at the Spirit of St. Louis Airport ahead of the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show, which starts tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, tickets for tomorrow sold out, but Sunday you can still come out here. The Blue Angels are here right now. We're looking at the planes, in fact. There's an F-22 Raptor or 2 out there. The Snowbirds are here. Spirit-airshow.com if you want more information on it. Chris and Amy, we're live until 12 on KMOX with Hancock and Kelley.
Get this, 42% of baby boomers don't even know how much money they have in their nest egg. If you're not sure where you stand in terms of getting ready for retirement, you should be listening to the All Financial Hour with Steve All.
Let's sit down and talk about your questions, because I think that's the most important thing that it is out there. It's what questions do you have?
Saturday mornings at 10 or Sunday evenings at 6, right here on KMOX.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, Skin Cancer Awareness this summertime, and we're joined by Dr. Aubriana McAvoy, a WashU medicine surgeon.
So I think most importantly, don't ignore a spot that's changing, because early detection can save lives, and a quick skin check today could prevent a much bigger problem down the road.
Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. Beginning, middle, or end of the year, it's always a great time to take control of your financial life. And the Jill on Money podcast is here to help. Your questions make it possible for me to provide unconventional and entertaining insights on your money, and more importantly, on your life. Follow and listen to Jill on Money wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, rock star. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Artistic Decks. For 26 years, we've been making dreams affordable in the St. Louis area. With an A+ BBB rating, we're the team you can trust. Let us build your dream deck. Artistic Decks. For a free consultation, call us at 314-280-0821.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX, sponsored by Community America Credit Union in Des Peres. Invested in STL. Invested in you. Now open.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
I went by Community America Credit Union yesterday. They had their grand opening.
Did you?
And yeah, it was a great time. I just heard the commercial there for it. Matt Adams and Kevin Segrist were there, former
Big
Cardinals.
City.
Kevin
Big City was
Segrist.
there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. And
I saw you with the giant ATM.
yeah, there was a big ATM machine. I won a prize. I won a Mason Wynn T-shirt.
Nice.
Like the winner you are?
Like the winner I am, but I gave it to somebody else because I'm kind. And also, I met a nice lady whose father is Lou Bope from the Bope Funeral Home.
Oh.
That's where my retirement party is going to take place.
Whether or not you're there. Also, I should say hi to Kevin. Kevin came by.
That's
and was very
awesome.
friendly, and he knows our buddy Kenny Wallace real well, apparently. Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm not talking about this particular credit union. But
Oh, here
here's
we
my
go.
problem with ATMs these days, you guys.
Yeah.
There's more questions than the ACT now.
Yeah.
Main menu. Do you want English? Do you want it from your credit card? Would you like a balance check? Going to get money now has turned into a quiz. And getting gas is that way, too.
Well, and don't you think every bank has turned into a dispensary? Because now I don't even know where my nearest ATM is. I don't have cash. I'll never have cash again because I can't find an ATM.
Right.
Wow.
I know. They used to be everywhere. Like the Bank of Americas that I used to go to, I guess they just don't need physical locations like they used to. Hard to get to. I gotta find it.
Let me give a big shout out to a local bank, Commerce Bank.
Oh, Commerce
Bank. phenomenal.
I've had
Fantastic.
Commerce Bank in the past.
Yeah.
Do you did Commerce absorb Boatman's? Where did
No,
Boatman's
Boatman's
Bank go?
I think Boatman's became Bank of America.
Yes.
Ultimately.
That's right.
Ultimately.
Right.
I liked the Boatman's guy.
Oh yeah, Boatman's Bank.
They always sponsored the Steamers when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
you guys
it's
ever go to the
it's natural.
Steamers games?
Of course, I went to. My dad. I remember. I have a. I was little, and I remember my dad who had the license to be able to drive trucks and buses or whatever.
So
and
first,
he drove whatever it's called. He drove a bus of like a school bus full of people to the Steamers game, and I was there.
Yeah.
I don't know why
that's
he did it.
cool.
I don't remember, but that was the last Steamers memory I have.
I remember the Steamers games at the old barn being, it's sold out as many people as would go to a hockey game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Oh yeah.
And that sport, I guess, just evaporated?
Well, no, it's still around.
We still have arena soccer.
Is it the Storm?
I think so.
I think it's called the Ambush. The Ambush.
The Ambush.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the Ambush.
What is the St. Louis Storm then?
Is that the pickleball team?
Nope, they're the Shock.
Okay.
We spoke to the pickleball
yeah,
team.
they were
We had
awesome.
a girls' basketball team for a while. What was that? Remember you got me to have to buy season tickets to
I
that
did,
thing?
yes.
Oh, Lord.
No, but I remember about 25 years ago there was a professional volleyball league,
Yeah.
and there was a team in St. Louis. I had a friend from college who played on it, and there were 4 teams in it. I think it was like Kansas City, Chicago, St. Louis, and somewhere else. And it was only around for like 2 years. Anybody remember this professional
do not.
volleyball league?
Listen to what Hancock does to me. So I have 5 sisters.
Yeah.
And so I always told him, hey, when I go to purgatory, I'm going to have to sit there, and which is a Catholic thing. It's kind of limbo between
I know
heaven
what
and
purgatory is.
Yeah. And
live
I'm in
it
it
every
between
day.
9
and
and noon.
I said to John, when I go to
Hey.
purgatory, I'm going to have to listen to Rush Limbaugh and watch girls basketball because I would go
that's
watch
so
my.
mean.
But I used to have to go to all my sisters' basketball
Yeah,
games.
that's okay.
So, John, then the next segment, I didn't realize it. We have the professional females basketball coming in.
Oh.
And so he's like, Kelly thinks basketball, he's going to watch the
Wow.
girls basketball. So I said, that's not true. And I had to buy season tickets, Chris.
Yeah.
Not lying. I bought season
You
tickets.
didn't have to buy season tickets.
Well, I didn't
He
want to be
kind
a
of
jerk.
did,
I wanted them
yeah.
to see that I wasn't being sexist. It was more of a
How many
reflection of-
games did you attend?
Never. None. I gave all the tickets away.
But
Well,
see, I do feel like it was a little bit. It painted you in a poor light.
Yes.
When really you were talking about your own experience with your sisters.
Thank you, Amy.
But because he's a generous gentleman,
Hey, now.
he bought season tickets.
They were cheap. It was like $300 for the whole season. Yeah, it was-
I mean,
people clearly were clamoring to go see it.
well, you supported the
Yeah.
mission. So
for I got to tell you,
yeah,
for a socialist, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, right.
Michael Kelly.
I know. He
Yeah.
does a good
And
job.
I would like to go see Caitlin Clark play.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish I could go see a WNBA game right now.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I think it's almost more as exciting as the men's game.
The Fever, man. Go to Indianapolis. Great town.
It's hard to get tickets.
Yeah, I think it is. You know what, though? You can't get tickets. The air show is sold
Tomorrow.
out for tomorrow.
For tomorrow, yes.
So you got to buy tickets for Sunday. The Blue Angels are here. The Snowbirds are here. We're going to talk to a pilot of an F-22. But if you can't go tomorrow to the air show because the tickets are sold out, did you hear about that rock swap?
Oh, I heard.
I kind of want to go to the rock swap.
Was Megan talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
It's a literal rock
I'm
swap.
so-
I don't think I've heard
look,
of this
I
before.
have-
Well, you
Ring
got
actual stones?
I think so.
you got your collection out there. You got your what do you call them? Insidious.
Quartz?
Insidious rocks.
Obsidian.
Yeah, you got obsidian out there. You got
Close enough.
your sedimentary rocks.
Yep.
I got to tell you,
You got
Quartz, yeah, you said quartz, Mike.
occluded,
That's a great rock.
I
occluded rocks.
love my rock people. Big fan of the rock people.
Metamorphic
But if
rocks.
I have an option of going to an air show
Yeah.
or looking at rocks, I think I'm picking the air show.
Well, I know, but this is for tomorrow.
Igneous.
Oh, because
Because
they're
it's sold out
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Igneous rocks are quite
Yeah.
interesting as well.
At the cost of maybe getting myself in further trouble and
Oh,
have to become
no.
a rock season ticket
Oh,
holder.
no.
I
Think twice, Michael.
I put rock collection up with precious moments. It's not necessarily something I'm into.
no. No.
Precious
Okay,
moments.
but let me tell you
We're
something.
going to grandma's house and there'll be a whole cabinet of precious moments. What is
We're
this?
still
tell you-
living in '86.
I'll tell you what, Michael. Though, if it comes to dating red flags, and I show up at some guy and he has either a collection of rocks or a collection of precious moments. The rocks are the winner, the clear winner here.
Well, I don't think he's into you if he's collecting precious moments.
I think if he's got precious moments in the house,
he lives with his grandma.
Well, he broke into grandmother's house.
Have you guys been to the Precious Moments Museum?
Didn't know there was one.
Why are we broadcasting live from there?
Where in the hell is this?
Joplin, Missouri.
No, it's not. Are you serious?
Look it up. It's phenomenal. They got thousands of these things.
Well, I bet. Did they survive the tornado?
How long has it been there?
Oh, years, decades.
You're telling me that it outlasted the tornado?
Yes. The Precious Moments Museum in Joplin.
The precious
moment. I didn't even know they still made those. They were so big in the 90s.
I sure as hell didn't know there was a...
Why are we not broadcasting live from there?
Because it's in Joplin.
We can go there. It's not
I don't
want
to go to the Precious Moments Museum.
I think it's our demo.
There's no way nobody goes through the Precious Moments Museum.
There's
no way it has any visitors, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
that's wrong.
No
that's
chance.
absolutely wrong.
I'm sure
no way.
You'd be surprised what people in Branson.
We ought to get the curator on the.
Dorothy, who occasionally checks in on the text line, I bet she goes.
She probably, if her name is Dorothy, then she does.
That's our demo.
That is our demo. By the way, Frank Ladd, our resident know-it-all, says that it's in Carthage, Missouri, not Joplin.
Well, it's Jasper County.
Is it close?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
You're starting to sound like me.
Also, Frank told me that it was his mother-in-law I gave that T-shirt to.
Oh.
Yeah, the Mason Wynn T-shirt.
How about that?
Well, I've made a fan. Hancock and Kelley are with us here. The Chris and Amy Show. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at ChrisAmyKMOX. We got an Instagram page too at ChrisAmyKMOX. Oh, a couple of pilots just went by us. That's like celebrities. We're at the.
Do you think they're pilots or just wearing the flight suits and they do other things?
No, they don't wear flight suits unless
they're
pilots.
I think they do.
You think they got them at the gift shop?
No, I think the whole if you're on the Blue Angels team.
I think those are Raptors pilots. I think a
well,
couple of F-22
well,
Raptors.
The planes are right there. We can see what
they're
they get into.
pretty tall to be pilots.
Couple of F-22 pilots, I think, just walked by. We are at the Spirit of St. Louis Airport. Tomorrow, the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show begins. It is sold out if you don't have tickets, but still available for Sunday. You're going to want to come out here. The Blue Angels are here. F-22s are here. The Snowbirds are here. Chris and Amy and Hancock and Kelley are here as well on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Around baseball, they're talking about St. Louis. A youth movement that's not waiting for the future. Names like Walker, Wynn, and Weatherholt aren't projections anymore. They're the conversation right now. And in a city where expectations never change, the conversation gets louder. Join the conversation. The Gas House Gang. Weekdays at noon. This is Cardinals talk that doesn't flinch. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Well, out here in Chesterfield, Missouri, it is 77 degrees, warm today with partial sunshine, maybe a thunderstorm in spots this afternoon, a high of 88. Tonight, mostly cloudy and humid, a low of 70.
Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. It's a great time to buy a brand new home, and the Reserve at Wildwood is where you want to be. Park-like setting with front porches on every home, connected trails for exploring, walk to Main Street and Wildwood Town Center, top-rated Rockwood schools, and legendary McKelvey quality you can count on, featuring James Hardy siding. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and learn what makes the Reserve so special. It's time to move up to McKelvey.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
This is Jordan Walker. Celebrate Black Heritage Day, presented by your quality Ford dealers on Sunday, June 28th at Busch Stadium. This special culture and community event honors the impact, history, and legacy of the Black community in baseball and beyond. With a special themed ticket, you'll receive an exclusive Cardinals jersey designed by Corey Rogers. And don't miss a special heritage celebration in Budweiser Terrace before the game. Details and tickets at cardinals.com/theme.
The weekend starts here. Grab your crew and kick it off at Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium. Every Friday night home game, Budweiser Terrace turns into the hottest happy hour in the Lou with $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, $7 margaritas, live music, and more all game long. Meet up with friends, soak in the energy, and keep the night going with baseball under the lights. Good vibes, great deals, your new Friday tradition. Get tickets now at Cardinals.com.
Today,
The Cards, the Reds,
Ameren Total Access 620. First pitch 7:15.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We are here at the Spirit of St. Louis Airport in Chesterfield, Missouri. We are basically pre-gaming the air show this weekend. Hancock and Kelley made their way to familiar stomping grounds for these guys. And I will say this. We've had a few pilots walk by. In fact, right now, some fighter jets are flying right over us.
Yeah.
And you know,
they're showing off.
wow, they're showing
They're
off.
just
This
showing
is pretty
off
cool.
these
You guys
pilots.
know that I love Hancock and Kelley. Ron's,
Yeah.
you're fine. But if many more of these pilots walk by, I might have to leave.
Why?
Because I'm just gonna go hang out with them. Probably.
She likes the pilots more than us.
I'm fangirling a bit,
Yeah.
and so
But you won't fly with them.
I can't. No, I'll get sick. I'll pass out. I passed out on the mine train. There's a turn on the mine train where the G-force hits you, and poof, things go.
Isn't
things
that
go
an
black.
all-age roller coaster? Like even 5-year-olds can ride on it?
Well, first of all, Michael, all ages can pass out.
That is absolutely true.
So,
there
I
is
don't-
no age limit on passing out.
If you can tolerate this, it's a small world at Disney World. You can handle the mine train.
That's the worst. That is the worst.
Why? What happened?
Because it just goes on and on and on. It's the same song. It's just, it's the worst.
Because that's the full extent of the lyrics. Is it's a small world after all?
Yes.
All it's a small, small world.
Yes.
Yeah, I think about that all the time when I am at a restaurant and I hear the music that's playing in a restaurant, because I used to work in one, right?
Yeah.
And I know they're not all the same, but usually you subscribe to or they have the same music station on, so it ends up being when you're working there, you hear
Yeah.
the same 12 songs over and over again.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so I still have PTSD from a lot of the 70s disco.
Yep.
Oh.
That's what I was hearing when I was working
Wow,
at the
70s
restaurant.
disco.
Oh my gosh!
Ron, have you been to Disney World?
Of course.
Oh, that would be a reality show to watch at.
What, me at Disney
Yeah, I don't
World?
think you would be a,
Well, I
a
haven't been
guy
there as
who'd
an
be
adult.
into Disney World.
Why?
I don't know. I just can see you saying, "Can you believe these people standing in line for this?"
Well, it is an amazing thing at an amusement park that you can stand in line for 90 minutes or 2 hours, be on the thing for 60 seconds, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you've spent 2 hours in line for 60 seconds of fun. You know what I mean?
I do know
it's
what
like
you
it's
mean.
like a date. You know what I mean? All that money, 2 hours
All
in
right.
line.
I'm leaving.
Well, you
Well,
have
we're
plenty
the
of
pilots
options
are
out
here.
here. All the
The pilots
good-looking
here.
dudes are out here. Talk about guys that make me feel fat. You see how skinny these guys are?
Well, you got to
can't
be
be
fit to be
You
a pilot.
cannot be a fat guy in a plane.
Well, of course you can.
Well,
Fat
not one of
Albert. Fat Albert.
Okay, so
is
Fat Albert is
the-
the transport
yep.
plane for the
Blue
Navy,
Angels.
the Blue Angels. It is here somewhere.
It's over.
I
beyond
haven't
that
seen
building
it, but
over here.
it's a cool looking plane.
It's
Yeah.
a C-130.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get a look at that. Hopefully,
So-
if they let us over there.
Are they going to let
We
you
are gonna
guys
talk-
go up with these guys or what?
Well, no one's invited us,
Oh.
and I think it's too late now.
Yeah.
So, on the show today, we are going to talk to some snowbird pilots. We don't know when, but they've been filtering in.
Oh.
In fact,
They
here
have.
comes another
From
one.
Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll talk to Captain Laz Leturno, who is an F-22 pilot.
There he is now.
Yeah, that's going to happen at 11:30. There's been a 11:30, and prior to that, Mark Schreiber from the St. Louis
Yes.
Sports Commission, because there was a huge announcement, and Amy, I know, is really excited
Okay.
about this.
So yesterday, and I'm sure all of you have heard it now because you've heard it on TIAM. It's been all over the news and social media. But kudos to Mark Schreiber and everyone at the St. Louis Sports Commission. I know Emerson had a big role in this too. St. Louis has secured the 2028 U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials.
Wow.
Men's and women's. They
Yeah.
will be running around downtown St. Louis. What's so cool is they will actually start on Francis Field, home at Washington University, home of the 1904 Olympics, which is exactly where they started the 1904 marathon, which was the first Olympic marathon ever run on U.S. soil.
Yep.
So they're going to start there at Francis Field, make their way through Clayton, go downtown, and they're going to finish up at Energizer Park. And the St. Louis Sports Commission has been working on this bid for a long time. It's a huge deal to secure this, especially since St. Louis has really been a big name in the lead up to the Olympics. Of course, we have the U.S. Figure Skating Championships, which is the de
Yep.
facto Olympic trials for figure skating. A couple of Olympics ago, we had the gymnastics trials, U.S. Olympic trials
Figure
for
skating, you
gymnastics.
mentioned that, or-
Yep, figure skating. And, we wouldn't have gotten those trials at Enterprise had we not done those updates. I can tell you that. Getting such a, making that venue state of the art. And it really is going to show off St. Louis. We have some of the best runners in the world. And it's worth noting because I know not everybody.
Are you saying that because you're one of them?
No, I will not be there. I will be cheering on
No,
friends.
you said best runners in the world in St. Louis. Were you talking about you?
No, I was not. They will be in St. Louis.
I think you're being a little boastful.
Braggadocious.
Doesn't it sound like she's
Braggadocious.
being a little boastful
But-
right
Well,
now?
I mean, this is her.
Amy
this
is
her
a world-class
deal.
athlete.
No,
I
I
witnessed
will
it in
not be
person.
running. Here's what I will tell you though. So Maddie Rose Carter, she's
Yeah.
right across. She's your territory. I think a 618.
All right,
And
love the
she
my
just-
618 people.
She just won the Bayshore Marathon in 2 hours and 36 minutes. She has qualified for
She's
the Olympic
coming.
trials.
She'll be here.
And
Yeah,
then
great.
now, if you know the name Emily Sisson, which I understand
Emily
that
Sisson?
a lot of people don't follow
Oh,
marathons.
She's
Emily
gonna be here.
Sisson.
She has the American record in the marathon.
That's
But
right.
here's the thing. She went to Parkway Central for a couple of years.
Wow.
So some of those Parkway Central records are Emily Sisson's.
She'll be here.
She'll be right here. So we need to come out and cheer on the fastest men and women.
Martha,
Well, hold on a
Martha Smirkowski.
What's-
She
what
will
time-
be here.
What time is this? What time of day? It's going to be like 6 a.m., right?
Oh, I don't think we'll start it that early.
Or 7?
7:15.
No, you know who decides? And I'm not going to lie. NBC decides.
Yeah, well, TV.
Because it was NBC's idea. I want to say it was 8 years ago when it was in LA. They wanted to start it at like 1. And the marathoners were like, no, you can't.
It's too hot.
You can't start a marathon at 1.
So,
so NBC is going to have to work with the athletes.
They're going to broadcast a marathon.
They are.
Oh, they do that already.
But remember, it's over in 2.5 hours.
How do you do that?
Well, cameras.
A lot of cameras.
And then
do you mean why do they do that?
I mean, who wants to? You got here they go.
Okay, hold on. People watch racing. They watch
Indy 500.
Yeah, Indy 500,
a lot of laps.
NASCAR, a lot of laps. I don't see much of a difference there.
Huh.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's although when you're watching racing with cars, there's always a possibility of a crash.
Right.
Yeah, and I think people are into
You don't see many crashes at the marathon.
You do occasionally.
Really don't.
I will tell you this, speaking of crashes in the marathon. So back in the day, you would have like the elite men start and the elite women would also start right around that same time in the Boston Marathon. So the men faster, and so the men would go out, they'd get a fast start, but you'd have some, what we call age groupers, like the non-professional. Like, I'm a serious age grouper. I'm not pro. I'm not doing anything special, but I'm pretty serious about it. And so you'd have all these guys who were, orthodontists from Omaha, and they were decent runners, but they're not special as men, but they are about the same pace as the elite women. And so they knew, if I go out as hard as I can in Boston, I get to be on NBC because there are cameras on the elite women. So you'd have these men who would try to keep up with the elite women so they could be on TV. And because it got kind of jammed and the men were trying to get on TV, a couple of times, one of the, orthodontists from Omaha tripped an elite woman because he was trying to get on TV.
On purpose?
No, just
that'll
it was
get you
crowded.
on TV. That'll get you on social media.
No, but it would get in the way.
Yeah, if you trip somebody else on purpose.
But imagine you're an elite woman trying to win the Boston Marathon, and again, because of the times, the gender difference, right? The pro men are way ahead, but you can be a mid-male runner, and you're getting in the way of the elite women, and so they said no more of that.
Well, these men are always trying to.
They're always trying to
take women's shine.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm so sorry about it. Let me apologize for all of us.
Well, I would let you apologize, except for you buy into the theory that if you blow out someone else's candle,
yours does shine brighter.
That's right.
Have they decided what the path will be for this marathon? Like
she just told you.
She just told you.
Well, I know
Michael.
where it's going to start and where it's going to end.
It hasn't been. It hasn't been officially finalized, but yeah, kind of what you would think. It highlights the area.
And in competition like this, do they try to have it be as flat as possible?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough course. It won't be. I don't think it will be as hilly as Atlanta. I think 6 years ago, they did the trials in Atlanta, and that was a very, very hilly course.
You have the trials. How many make it to the Olympics out of
3?
3.
Yeah. So you have, say, 110 women qualify. You have to run sub 237 to qualify.
Right.
And of those, there are only a handful that can run can run low 220s. And you're going to have to run low 220s.
Chris and Amy live from the Spirit of St. Louis Airport. We are here ahead of the air show, which starts tomorrow again. A reminder, tickets are sold out for tomorrow, but for Sunday, there is still availability.
Yes.
And if you want to come out here, you really should do that. It's going to be a great air show, spirit-airshow.com to get tickets and to find out all the information you need. Hancock and Kelley with us for just a bit longer on the Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Taking care of yourself should fit into your life, not complicated. Neoviten Original Formula is a complete daily multivitamin designed to support your everyday wellness routine with essential vitamins, minerals, and a natural ingredient blend, all in just 2 daily tablets. Subscribe online at neoviten.com for monthly delivery or shop Neoviten at your local Schnucks and Dearborn. Neoviten Original Formula is physician formulated to fit easily into your everyday routine. All of our vitamins are manufactured in a certified GMP facility in the USA. Neoviten, make nutrition easy.
An important message from S&L Coins. S&L Coins pays top dollar for your gold and silver coins, old currency, gold-filled jewelry, scrap gold and silver, silver plating, gold and silver bullion. Get a quote with a call to S&L at 544-3600. SNL Coins, 544-3600, or visit SNL Coins at 9300 Gravois, just east of McKenzie. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 Saturday. Before you sell, call SNL, 544-3600.
Grab your shades, your float trip gear, and join us June 17th for Chris and Amy Day at Busch Stadium.
We'll be broadcasting live from the Mississippi Yacht Club pop-up bar outside Gate 1, hanging with fans and serving up some fun behind the bar.
Live music, Fred Bird special guests will all be there. Plenty of chances to stop by and say hello.
Plus, you can sit with fellow Chris and Amy listeners in our special section for just $15.
June 17th.
Chris and Amy Day at the ballpark, $15 tickets.
Get your tickets now, cardinals.com/Chris and Amy.
Go Cards.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Staples presents Celebrations Made Easy.
I went to Staples for a custom printed graduation banner and invites and saw that Party City is now at Staples.
Wait, what?
Party City is now at Staples.
So now Staples has balloons?
Yep.
Decorations?
Yes.
Streamers, cups, table covers?
Yep, Staples has everything for a party. And now buy two, get one free on select foil balloons.
Holy confetti! So the best party started Staples.
That was easy.
In 613 select stores, exclusions apply. In-store or buy online, pick up in-store only.
City SC's Summer of Soccer, presented by Purina, kicks off on Friday, June 12th with the biggest soccer celebration in St. Louis. This festival-style watch party on Lou Hughes Plaza at Energizer Park is free for all and open to the public. Show up at 5 p.m. for live music, local food and drink, giveaways, special appearances, and a live viewing of USA vs. Paraguay on 5 massive screens. Learn more at summerofsoccerstl.com.
Ready for a fresh start? The Excel Center in St. Louis is here to help you earn your high school diploma, tuition-free and on your schedule. With convenient locations in downtown St. Louis and Florissant, you can learn at your pace, with support every step of the way. Need childcare, career coaching, flexible classes? We've got you covered. Registration is now open. Don't wait to take the next step toward your future. Visit excel.mersgoodwill.org to enroll today. This community message has been brought to you by Together Credit Union.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM KMOX.
Hi, St. Louis. This is Ben Barnett, board-certified master arborist and owner of Timberline Professional Tree Care. The weather's warming up, flowers are blooming, and it's time to get back outside and start thinking about your trees. When you reach for your phone to call a tree contractor, we hope you'll give Timberline the opportunity to earn your business. Timberline is locally owned and operated and fully dedicated to delivering the best overall customer experience, while providing the highest quality care for your trees. Every one of our crews includes at least one ISA-certified arborist on site, not just in the office, but right there at your home, so you can be confident the work is done safely, correctly, and always with your tree's best interests in mind. From planting and fertilization to pruning and removal, we're committed to excellence in everything trees. So when it's time to make that call Timberline Professional Tree Care at 636-479-7475 or visit us online at stltreecare.com.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX and the free Odyssey app.
Cardinals baseball happens tonight after an off day yesterday. They've got the Cincinnati Reds in town. 6:20 pregame show on KMOX. And then we have the broadcast at 7:15, or the actual game, first pitch at 7:15 in St. Louis. So it'll be a warm weekend. If you want to get out to the ballpark, you should do that. And you should also make your plans right now.
Oh, yeah.
For June 17th. Because June 17th.
Yes.
Hancock and Kelley.
Yes.
Is Chris and Amy Day.
Chris
Busch
and
Stadium.
Amy Day.
What? That's right.
Yeah.
It's an afternoon game. And so Amy and I are going to be there. We're
They're
going to
be bobbleheads in the whole bit?
Well, no bobbleheads.
Oh.
Come on, man.
We could do bucket hats. Wouldn't that be fun?
We should have bucket hats. We should be giving away koozies.
I wish I had a bucket hat right now.
You should have gotten one. You need one. So, yeah, Chris and Amy Day at the ballpark. There are special $15 tickets for the right field section.
Okay.
So if you're going to come in gate 1, ideally. You come in gate 1. We are going to be guest bartending. First of all, we're going to do the show from 9 until noon.
Okay.
At Busch. And then we are going to be guest bartending
at the
Mississippi Yacht Club pop-up bar, which is
coming.
right inside gate 1. Special tickets, $15, Michael. Cardinals.com/Chris and Amy. How about that?
I'm going to come just to have you sling me a beer.
Cardinals.com/Chris and Amy. Get your tickets. Come see us.
All right, Amy.
We're going to be doing stuff through the game.
How do you make a Manhattan?
You take rye whiskey and an orange.
You need vermouth.
And vermouth.
Yeah, don't forget about the vermouth.
And then you stir it.
How about that?
And
it's close enough.
And maybe
she
some
would
bitters.
not have known about the vermouth.
Maybe some bitters.
She would have known about the vermouth.
Yeah.
She would have had no idea.
Speaking of bitter, how are the Missouri primaries going? What do we need to know about that?
Well, you've got a high-profile race in St. Louis County for St. Louis County Executive.
Okay.
High-profile race in St. Charles County for St. Charles County Executive. Those are probably the two big-ticket items, Michael.
Yeah, the other thing that may be interesting to watch, but I don't know that it's necessarily primary, I'm keeping my eyes on that congressional seat that Manuel Cleaver got redistricted out of. And then on primary election in August, we're also going to have the income tax idea that the governor is pushing to do away with the state income tax and raise taxes on everything else.
I have a feeling that's going to fail, but I guess we'll see. I mean, people like the idea of not paying taxes, obviously, but I think we all understand it's a reality and we can't,
Well, they're just raising every other tax.
Well, let me ask you this, because I believe I heard you guys. I was over here focused on trying to get out by the Blue Angels planes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
as opposed to listening to us.
Yeah, no, I was partially listening.
He was looking
but
for
I thought I heard you say, or you were talking about the congressional maps, and there's been a lot of redoing of it. New York is looking into it. Virginia just had, or it was Alabama, that the Supreme Court just upheld a crazy one. Ultimately, is it going to matter for this midterm in terms of who takes control of the House?
I think the consensus we came to is that it won't. It will probably shrink the majority the Democrats will be able to get, but it's still going to be as successful for the Democrats.
Yeah, I think that's right. It might result in some marginal seats for Republicans that they wouldn't have otherwise won. But the other thing that could happen is that it could all backfire.
Yeah.
Because you've drawn these districts from 58% Republican down to 53% Republican to make the district next door more Republican. We're going to lose some of those seats, I think, because of the turnout dynamics that we're looking at. There's a tremendous amount of, you look at the enthusiasm gap in elections, and the Democrats' enthusiasm is off the charts, and Republicans not so much.
Are you, let's see, we've only got a few seconds here, but I'll ask you this question. Do you still go to movie theaters?
Yeah, for the big movies. Like I went and saw Top Gun 2 in a movie theater.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is part of our Twitter poll this week. Our question of the week is, do you still go to movie theaters? Because, entertainment has changed quite a bit, and I like going to movie theaters. I think it's a good time. I know a lot of people kind of don't. They like to watch from the comfort of their home.
Do you like the ones where they eat food?
I love those.
Yes.
Don't they get in the way during the film?
No, not really. It's fine. So the question is, do you still go to the movie theater? No. Won with 46.9% of the vote.
Wow.
So almost 47% of people said no. Almost 41% said yes. And about 12% said only for blockbusters. So that's the Michael Kelley group.
There you go.
Guys, we love you. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Always a pleasure.
You may leave now. Hancock and Kelley, the Chris and Amy show continues from the Spirit of St. Louis Airport here on KMOX.
Join the St. Orchestra for an unforgettable evening of music with the legendary, incomparable Bernadette Peters, legendary Tony Award-winning star of stage and screen. With her signature charisma and unmatched artistry, this one-night-only performance with your SLSO offers an intimate concert experience with one of musical theater's most luminous voices and a must-see event for Broadway and symphony fans alike. Don't miss an evening with Bernadette Peters, Friday, June 12th at Powell Hall at the Jack C. Taylor Music Center. Tickets at slso.org.
Save big on everything when you shop at Menards. Give your walls the most advanced protection with Pittsburgh's Paramount Interior Paint and Primer in one. It's scuff, scrub, and wear resistant, while also blocking stains and delivering true one-coat coverage. Choose from thousands of color options and refresh your space today. View our entire selection of paint and accessories on Menards.com. Plus, check out the weekly flyer to find great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
From high school baseball to the men's NCAA College World Series to MLB and all the way to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. How will you make your mark in MLB The Show 26? Available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Nintendo Switch. Rated E for everyone. Officially licensed by MLB Players Inc.
In St. Louis, the weather can change in an instant. Stay prepared for whatever Mother Nature throws your way. When weather threatens, the KMOX Storm Center has expert forecasts and live reports here to keep you safe and informed. Don't get caught off guard. Know your weather. Sponsored by
Saliga Heating and Cooling. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 10 o'clock, we have sunny skies, 79 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. In the news, Legionella has been found in water at the central office of St. Louis Public Schools. The district shut off the office's water after finding the bacteria in the building's cooling and water systems. District spokesman Charles Poole told the Post-Dispatch the air conditioning has also been turned off as a precaution because the bacteria sometimes moves as mist. Poole says around 200 people work at the office. So far, he does not know of anyone who is sick. All employees are working from home. The explosive growth in the number of data processing centers and the controversy surrounding them have given Governor J.B. Pritzker reason to pause tax incentives in Illinois. WBBM's Bernie Tafoya tells us more.
Governor Pritzker says that because the state legislature wrapped up its most recent session without setting guardrails to protect consumers as the number of data processing centers increases, he has ordered the state to take a pause on processing agreements for the data center investment program. During the veto session, Pritzker says he'd like to see the legislature take action to come up with comprehensive reforms that would protect affordability of electricity and water, safeguard natural resources, and ensure responsible growth of data centers across Illinois.
A man who attacked 7 people in Tower Grove Park sentenced to 25 years in prison. 61-year-old Austin Fitzgerald pleaded guilty to 13 felonies in connection with attacks in the park dating back to last August. Fitzgerald's crimes include threatening people with a pistol, sexually abusing a woman, and striking victims with brass knuckles. What's white and black and striped all over? The new baby zebra at the St. Louis Zoo, of course. Prince, the zebra foal, was born Tuesday. You can catch him running laps around his parents, Amira and Presley, in the Red Rocks habitat. That's starting today. Weather now, sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis.
Sun will give way to more clouds for today, and there'll be a thunderstorm in some places during the afternoon. The high will be near 90. Warm and humid with a low of 72 tonight. A thunderstorm for some spots late tonight into tomorrow. Otherwise, partly sunny, hot, and humid tomorrow with a high around 90. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm are mostly later in the day Sunday, high 85. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer on 104.1 FM KMOX.
We've really had a warm-up in the last hour. We have sunny skies, 79 degrees in St. Louis, 82 in St. Peters, 81 in Florissant. Call Overhead Door Company of St. Louis for their 26-point tune-up. It's one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Always look for the genuine, the original Red Ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Schedule online at overheaddoorstlewis.com. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark Scores with you, coming live to you from Spirit of St. Louis Airport because the air show is this weekend. To my left are the Blue Angels and some F-22s. To my right are the Canadian Snowbirds. We've seen some pilots walk by, some jets fly over. I'm pretty much geeking out. So if you haven't gotten your tickets to the air show yet, tomorrow is sold out, I believe. Saturday is sold out, but there are still tickets available for Sunday. You don't want to miss it. This is one of the very best weekends in St. Louis. It's going to be gorgeous. You don't want to miss your chance to come to the air show. And right now, because it is Friday, 10 o'clock on a Friday, we always talk to someone from St. Louis Magazine, the great work they do over at St. Louis Magazine. We've talked about their morning newsletter, which I highly recommend you sign up for. Nicholas Phillips is joining us now. He's the senior editor at St. Louis Magazine, and they have a great story up now about how Rosati Kane helped launch a teen from a pretty troubled home into a completely different life, and really uses that story as a lens to view how Catholic high school have connected people from different backgrounds and helps lift up those who are below the median. In fact, research data is showing all of the good work that Catholic schools are doing. Nicholas, thank you so much for joining us today.
Always a pleasure to be here with you guys.
So this story was it was a great, I think Sarah Fensky called it a palate cleanser, you know, from the news and some of the bad headlines that we see all the time.
And all the derelict car stories that we talk about.
Now, Ryan Kroll
Ryan Kroll, he's our derelict car reporter.
He is, and we are very much into abandoned cars.
Yes,
but this is a good palate cleanser. And because you did look at this story from Rosati Kane, so for those of our listeners who haven't read it yet, tell us about how this teen was helped by this local Catholic school.
Yeah. Well, let me give you guys some context here. What happened quite a few years ago was that these researchers, these economists, now at the Harvard University affiliated nonprofit Opportunity Insights, they got their hands on this crazy amount of data from the IRS, from the census, and eventually from Facebook. And what they figured out is that when people who are below the median income hang out or socialize a lot, intermingle a lot with people who are above the median income, they tend to do better over time, economically speaking. They're not exactly sure why this happens, but they really think it happens. And so what they did was they got all this data and they asked this question: if you're at a given high school, anywhere in the U.S., if you're at a given high school, how much, and you're a low-income student there, or, a below-median income student there, how much of your social circle is going to be filled up with kids who are above the median income? And the higher that is, the better it is for you over time, right? So they gave high schools a score, and it turns out for reasons that we're still kind of learning, Catholic high schools in St. Louis tend to be really good at this. Catholic high schools in St. Louis, if you look at the data, look at the map they've created, these Harvard economists, Catholic high schools tend to be places where kids who are below the median income socialize a lot with kids who are above the median income, and that's good for them over time, according to the research.
And so one of the people that you highlighted was Michelle Bildner, I believe I pronounced her name correctly, who went to Rosati Kane, and she had a similar experience because she had a tougher home life growing up, and she's one of the people that we were talking about. So she had all kinds of diversity in her life in terms of the people that she went to high school with. And this is one of the cases that you're talking about of a person who may have been helped by all of that.
Absolutely. And so that's where I was going, which is that when they gave high schools a score on economic connectedness, it turns out that Rosati was one of the ones that scored in St. Louis that scored really high. So I wanted to find, like, okay, well, is there a student at Rosati who had this experience? And like you just said, Michelle Bildner is one of those students. She came from she grew up in, like, way up by the Chatham Rocks Bridge. You guys know it's northeast St. Louis County and Glasgow Village. It's up there. And it was not an easy place for her to grow up, and her home life was difficult. But she went to Rosati, and just the kind of instruction that was there, the culture that was there, everything about the place, just gave her all these tools to succeed academically. And now she is associate professor or assistant professor at a university in Utah.
Well, doesn't it make sense that maybe if you're in a situation where your world is small, you haven't been able to see someone maybe get through high school successfully or pursue different careers, so you don't really know what your options are. Another way to put it is you don't know what you don't know unless you're exposed to it. This could be education, it could be career, it could be even something like eating healthy, right? Like if in your world people don't really take exercise or nutrition seriously, it can really open your world to run into somebody who does or spend time with someone who does. So for kids who may not be surrounded by people who have gone further in education in their careers, to get exposed to that opens up options in their minds that otherwise they might not have had.
Oh, I mean, Amy, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, this really is about not, you don't know, you can't do something if you don't think it's possible. I mean, right. Michelle, just taking Michelle as an example, she, no one in her family had ever gone to college. And so when she gets to Rosati, it's just a matter, of course, that you take the SAT and the ACT, right? Well, I mean, like, why? No one in her family had any reason to take that before. So now she's taking the SAT, she's taking the ACT, she's taking college credit through St. Louis University at Rosati, and now look at her, right? So, like, yes, it's just you kind of do what people around you are doing, and that's what she did.
Nicholas Phillips, senior editor at St. Louis Magazine, with us on the Quiver River Electric guest line. And you mentioned that St. Louis Catholic schools seem to do particularly well in the areas that we're talking about. What exactly are we talking about here? So what are the percentages, and how well are they doing compared to other cities around the country?
Oh, well, so right. The Opportunity Insights nonprofit at Harvard University kind of gave a score to different high schools around the country. And the numerical score was what percentage of a below median income student's social circle is composed of above median income kids, right? And Rosati scored, I think it was like in the 85th percentile or something like that, or maybe 95th percentile. And a lot of other Catholic high schools scored really, really high too, and then 96, 97 percentile. So that now, as for the rest of the country, I don't know, but in St. Louis region, the Catholic high schools scored really high. But they're not the only kind. I mean, Parkway West scored high, and maybe some other public schools too. So it's not just the Catholic high schools.
You also note in your story about Rosati Kane was scheduled in 2022 for closure by the Catholic Archdiocese of St. Louis, because most Catholic high schools, as you point out, they're operated as nonprofits independent of the Archdiocese, but Rosati actually received direct financial and administrative support from the Archdiocese. And so a whole network of alumna came together to keep Rosati alive. And kind of how were they able to manage that, and why is it so important? I think your story points to the reason why, but what did they say? Why were they motivated to keep it alive?
Oh, I mean, they were motivated. I mean, I don't know. the alumni network is just so active, so energetic. And these places mean a lot to people who, being in high school is like a formative time of your life. And I think for these alumni, they just love that place and everything that it gave them. And they wanted to keep alive. And so, the way to do that is was for Rosati to become a nonprofit. Now, it still has to be sort of certified by the church as in accordance with the Catholic faith, but no, now they're a nonprofit, and they're trying to get their, Rosati, the thing about Rosati is, it's on Linda Boulevard. It never was a huge school. It's not, I went to St. Louis U High. We had like 1,000, I think it was over 1,000 guys there, but Rosati, I think at its peak, only had like maybe 400 girls. So it was never really huge. But so the smaller the number gets, the harder it is to stay open. But Rosati has always, according to President Stephanie Boyd, the Rosati has always operated in the black, and so it wasn't like they were struggling. It's just that enrollment was low, and the Archdiocese decided to, that and Rosati and St. Mary's, they decided to close those two, and so both of them actually survived as nonprofits because the alums decided to, kind of rally around the schools and keep them going.
And I'll just note this, in Rosati, you mentioned where it is on Lindell, too. It's right there next to the Basilica, correct? Like, it's just so pretty, that stretch of buildings.
Oh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful. Yes, it's right next to the Basilica, yes.
We are talking to Nicholas Phillips from St. Louis Magazine right now on KMOX. And you did mention that it wasn't just the Catholic high schools, and this was a moment ago, that it wasn't just the Catholic high schools that were doing well here in St. Louis. And is it just the entire area where these schools are doing better with the metrics we're talking about?
Well, I think what I think is going on is, say you've got, a school district in Ladue, Kirkwood, if a district can only pull from the geographical boundaries of the district, you're not as likely to get as much income diversity as you would if you were a Catholic high school pulling from the entire St. Louis region. I mean, Rosati has girls from across the river. Rosati has girls from deep South County, deep North County. Rosati has girls from all over the place. And so it's not just a small geographic area. And so I think that has a lot to do – that is my hypothesis for sort of why Catholic schools are really good at this, is that they also offer a lot of them offer needs-based financial aid to the students. And so if a student needs like 75% of the tuition covered, like they'll match it, like they'll do that. So I think there's that too. But yeah, it's not just the Catholic schools that score really high on this economic connectedness, but a lot of them do.
I love it. Nicholas Phillips, senior editor at St. Louis Magazine. A great piece on Rosati Kane and the Catholic schools here in the St. Louis area. I highly recommend you read his work. Sign up for the St. Louis Magazine daily newsletter. They have their finger on the pulse of the city, and it's great stuff. Thank you, Nicholas.
You're so welcome. Thanks, guys.
All right, that is Nicholas Phillips, and actually sitting across from me now is Mark Sutherland, Executive Committee member of the St. Louis Air Show. He will join us next on the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
The cookie cutter approach works well if you're making cookies, but not so well when you're trying to plan for retirement. If you want a customized income strategy, call Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group today. 636-230-8824. Or go to yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Lederman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Lederman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Lederman Law Firm at LedermanLaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
The road to the United Bowl starts here. Your St. Louis Battlehawks have clinched the playoffs and earned dome field advantage. Playoff football is coming back to St. Louis, Sunday, June 7th at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at UFLBattlehawks.com. United, we battle. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX, sponsored by Community America Credit Union in Des Peres. Invested in STL. Invested in you. Now open.
100 years. One legendary voice. We live KMOX's century of service, classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
From the spirit of St. Louis Airport in Chesterfield, where the air show is happening tomorrow and Sunday, we are here live, Chris and Amy on KMOX, and we appreciate you being with us today. And joining us now, Executive Committee member for the St. Louis Air Show, Mark Sutherland, is with us as we are getting ready for tomorrow. Planes have been taking off. As we have said, we sit here, you know, real close to the tarmac, and all of the Blue Angels are here. I see 7 planes, a couple of F-22s, the Snowbirds are here, and then, of course, the rich people with their private jets. They're all here, too. And so, Mark, I mean, this is a really fun weekend.
It
is.
It
sounds like a great show coming up.
Yeah, we love doing this. We do it every couple of years whenever the Blue Angels want to come and hang out with us. And so then we throw a party.
Yeah.
And we invite everybody.
Yeah.
So we've got Saturday and Sunday. Saturday sold out, so Sunday there's still tickets. But we've got one of the premier air shows in the country. We've built that reputation over the last 7 air shows that we've done. And it takes a team of 1,000+ volunteers to do it. And so everybody, if you meet people over this weekend, they are all volunteers.
Wow.
The vendors, the ticket takers, the parking lot attendants, everybody on the executive team. So everybody's a volunteer.
Well, if you're volunteering, it means you love it.
Yes, and it
Right?
is a passion project for us. So
Well, it's incredible. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just that it's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
the work you guys do. It really is one of the premier air shows in
it
the
is.
country.
Oh no, absolutely. So we've been doing this since 2014. Historically, people probably remember the St. Louis County Fair and Air Show.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
stopped in like 2007.
Well, I remember the air shows at the VP Fair.
Yeah,
Fair
the
St.
VP
Louis.
Fair used to do them downtown. So we brought this together in 2014, and we were going to do one air show. It was the big anniversary for the airport here. We're all passionate about it. The Blue Angels asked us to do a show. So we're like, we'll do one show and we're done. 125,000 people showed up.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, maybe we're doing this again. So we did. So every couple of years we do this. Currently it's 25,000. We limit it to 25,000. We don't ever want 125,000 people in the same spot ever again. That's why Saturday sold out. But we do a lot of stuff on the ground as well. So it's not just the air show from like 11:30 to 4:30, which with the Blue Angels, with the F-22, with Skip Stewart, with the A-10s, you know, with all these amazing aircraft. But it's also on the ground. We have a massive STEM Expo. And that's the reason why a lot of people volunteer with us and why we do this, is inspiring that next generation. You want to take that moment of wow. You look up at that airplane, you look up at that jet, and you're like, I want to be that.
Yeah.
Well, what the heck does that mean? We designed this STEM Expo. Now air shows across the country are now copying that and doing this to where they can take that moment of wow and translate it into robotics, rocketry, simulators, bioscience, geospatial, and really give them some direction. So it's not just a dream of one day doing that. It's like, here's what you can do now.
Yeah.
And here's how you can get involved. You can design these planes. You can build these planes. You can fly them. You can be in tangential industry. So we do that. We also do a massive static ramp. So you can get up in the planes, talk to the pilots. So you want to tour a KC-135 refueler? We've got that for you. If you want to be up close with an F-22 or an A-10 or any of these other aircraft, we've got those. And you can get up close to see them. And then Patriots Landing, which is our tribute to our heroes in uniform. We cannot thank them enough. And so there you'll be able to climb on equipment, but also meet the people that serve and learn about their mission and their passion, because that's going to be a very good direction for some kids as well.
So I was just in Washington, D.C. over the weekend and went to the Air and Space Museum, which I know the Smithsonian, I had been to it before, but I was younger and you don't appreciate it as much until you get older. And I was struck by how much St. Louis is present in that museum. The Spirit of St. Louis plane is there, the Lindbergh plane, of course. There are TWA planes that are hanging from the ceiling. And then Gemini 4, the capsule, was made by McDonnell. I don't think it was McDonnell. It was just McDonnell at the time, but that's made in St. Louis. So I mean, you're there, and the transition, the fact that we were able to go from air flight to space in like 40 years is pretty incredible.
Huge history here. It goes back, way before McDonnell. There were companies that were building incredible planes back in the early 1900s in St. Louis. So there's long aviation history. 2 of the space programs. Currently, I think some of the latest space programs, the simulators and training was here, the spacesuits were here. So that continues. And Boeing today makes the F-18s, the EA-18s, the F-15s, the MQ-25 unmanned refueler, and the brand new T-7 trainer. They're all made here.
Yeah.
There are people living in this community who make those. And then if you look back historically, every F-4 ever made was made here. The Harrier was a joint project between here and the United Kingdom. So this history is here, and it's part of the community. And we highlight that in the air and on the ground as well.
Mr. Harrier, Jack Jackson,
yes,
is from here. I think
absolutely.
I think it was through maybe 2002. From when the Harrier was created to 2002, I think he flew the Harrier at every air show, down by the arch when you would have the Harrier.
Well, that's when I saw it. I saw it in the 90s.
Yeah, and he told stories about, when the Harrier, the pilots were first learning how to fly it, because of that static takeoff, if you weren't completely stable, it could flip.
Right.
And he saw that, where the Harrier goes up and then flips. And it was so dangerous that they're risking their lives. And then people, like you said, just the incredible history with St. Louis and aviation. That's why when you go to Forest Park and you're running around, the Forest Park Trail, or maybe you're right there by the planetarium and the dinosaurs, there's a Blue Angel.
There is.
Right there.
Yeah, and that was actually a passion project. It was a combination of the Science Center and a really good friend of mine, Garrett Ghost Casper, former Blue Angel, lives in St. Louis. He's been around. He helps me out with the air show as well. Unfortunately, he's not around this morning. He was here earlier. He left. He had to go do other stuff. But that was his passion project. So he got the plane donated. You saw it going down the highway with no wings on, and then they stuck it on a stick. And then they've got all that aviation aspect in the Science Center as well. You can do simulators. You can do all those things. And again, inspire that next generation, because it is incredibly important for the future of STEM that these kids see that as a great direction, and it is.
Yeah.
Mark, for people who are coming down to the air show, and like Amy mentioned, there are tickets available for Sunday still.
Correct.
Tomorrow is sold out, and
Correct.
you can see what's left at spirit-airshow.com. What do people need to know if they are coming down here?
Come early.
Okay.
Do not wait. So the flying starts around 11:30 or so. If you wait to say, I'm just going to arrive at 11:30, for the first hour of the air show, you will be sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
Okay. So come early, gates open at 9, there's lots of stuff to do. And then after you're done, wait. Just go enjoy, leisurely stroll. By the time you get to your car, the traffic will be gone. All those people who just sat in traffic for an hour trying to get out will be gone, and you can just get right out. So there is traffic. It's a small regional airport.
Yep.
We're not designed for 25,000 people to show up at the same time. So just plan accordingly, bring your patience. Like I said, everybody's a volunteer. So even if you're a little frustrated, be nice. Thank them for the time they're giving, because they're devoting their time to make sure you have a great day. So remember that. Also, kids 12 and under are free.
Okay. Oh, that's good to
and
know.
also our active duty military and their dependents and their spouses are free. So they just have to go online and download a ticket. Hey, look, we're in an airport.
We're at an airport, and there is a plane about 5 feet away that is just turned on its
I
engine.
think we're on
and you
the
know
runway
what?
right now.
And you know what? It's not one of the Blue Angels. It's one of these rich guys.
Oh, it's a quiet one.
It's one of these rich guys with their
If it
private
were a
jet.
Blue Angel, we would be probably blown off the tarmac.
Yes.
I think.
Well, Mark Sutherland, thank you for stopping by.
I appreciate it.
And
Thanks
thank
for
you
being
for
here.
having us out here.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
really
Really
cool to be
appreciate
here.
it.
The Spirit of St. Louis Air Show and STEM Expo starts tomorrow. Tickets sold out, but you can still get in on Sunday. We're going to talk soccer with Jen Cease when we come back on KMOX.
Some shows are about sports. Some shows are about nothing. This one's kind of both.
So the show's not really a sports show per se, it's just a show. Glover here, we talk about whatever's happening, life, work, random stuff. And yeah, the Cardinals always find their way in. I'm a lifelong fan, love going to the games, love supporting the team, and love hanging out with you guys.
The Dave Glover Show at 1, and then Cardinals baseball.
This is Stories from the Pitch, brought to you by the first ever Infinity QX65 and by Lowe's. Give your yard its own moment with new limited time deals from Lowe's.
Last minute of extra time, tied 1-1. Ghana, playing for the entire continent, had a header arrowing toward the empty Uruguayan net. Luis Suarez, standing on the line, threw his hands up and palmed it away. Red card, penalty. Suarez walked off, then turned to watch from the tunnel. Asamoah Gyan stepped up. He hit the crossbar. The ball flew over. Ghana denied. Suarez, on the touchline, was caught on camera celebrating like a man who'd scored the winner. Penalty shootout. Uruguay won. The continent's last representative, gone. Ghana's coach said it felt like death. Suarez called it the hand of God, of the devil. Take your pick. Football at its cruelest.
Stay tuned to this Odyssey station for more Stories from the Pitch.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
81 degrees, real field temperature, 89, warm with partial sunshine today, maybe a thunderstorm in spots this afternoon, a high of 88. Tonight, mostly cloudy and humid, low of 70.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company, serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
RENNER.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
City SC's Summer of Soccer, presented by Purina, kicks off on Friday, June 12th with the biggest soccer celebration in St. Louis. This festival-style watch party on Lou Fuse Plaza at Energizer Park is free for all and open to the public. Show up at 5 p.m. for live music, local food and drink, giveaways, special appearances, and a live viewing of USA vs. Paraguay on 5 massive screens. Learn more at summerofsoccerstl.com.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
No paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
An important message from S&L Coins. S&L Coins pays top dollar for your gold and silver coins, old currency, gold-filled jewelry, scrap gold and silver, silver plating, gold and silver bullion. Get a quote with a call to S&L at 544-3600. S&L Coins, 544-3600. Or visit S&L Coins at 9300 Gravois, just east of McKenzie. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 Saturday. Before you sell, call S&L 544-3600.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, Skin Cancer Awareness this summertime, and we're joined by Dr. Aubriana McAvoy, a WashU medicine surgeon.
Skin cancer is both common, but in many cases preventable. So you don't need to live in fear of the sun, but small habits really matter, like wearing sunscreen, protecting your children, and paying attention to any changes in your skin.
For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
World Cup is coming up, baby, and we're here to talk about it. Chris and Amy broadcasting live from the Spirit of St. Louis Airport in Chesterfield. The air show is happening tomorrow and Sunday. Hey, sold out for tomorrow, sorry. But if you want to get tickets for Sunday, you better get on it quickly because they will sell out. So let's go to the Quiver River Electric guest line. We've got City SC broadcaster and soccer expert Jen Cease with us on KMOX. How's it going, Jen?
Hey, Friday. I didn't get an invite to come out to where you guys are. What's up?
No, because you went to the Bosnia-Panama press conference because the World Cup is coming up.
Right.
Yeah, all right. So what happens at these pressers? What's going on, man? We're excited about the World Cup.
We've only had one so far. So Panama is in the building. They'll train at 4 o'clock today. So Orlando Mosquera, their goalkeeper, spoke to the press. Now, I don't speak fluent Spanish. There was a translator, but I will say they look as serious as ever to take on this friendly. A lot of times when you get a friendly, you really don't know what you're going to get. You know, you don't want players to get hurt. You don't know where they are with certain players playing, like Coca Carrasquilla will probably not make this game. He's returning from injury. He is one of their attacking engines. We might not get to see him, of course, at Energizer Park tomorrow, but Orlando Mosquera, the goalkeeper, assures us that they are taking Bosnia very, very seriously. These are two teams that have a lot of chutzpah to their play. They have an underdog mentality. It's only their second time to the World Cup, so they've got a lot to prove, and I think we're going to see a really good show here at Energizer Park tomorrow.
Yeah, just wanted to reiterate that there is a friendly that is happening ahead of the World Cup qualifying. It's Panama, Bosnia at Energizer Park, and this takes place tomorrow. It's an afternoon game, right? 2 o'clock?
Yes, 2 o'clock. And, of course, stadium festivities will start before then. I hear Bosnia the Bosnia fans are starting at 10 a.m. their pre-party, so they're going to come very ready to have a good
Oh, they
time.
will. A lot of Bosnians in St. Louis.
A lot of Bosnians, and Jen, I saw that there were a lot of Bosnian fans who were there to greet the Bosnian national team when they showed up at the airport.
Yeah, I saw that too. I also saw somebody take a picture of Panama's plane flying in when they came to St. Louis. So it's really cool to see how much these fans who are either fans of them because they love them, but most likely fans of them because of their heritage, get to see a piece of their country, get to see a piece of what they participate in this world sport. And it's so awesome to see how excited they are.
You know, I kind of geeked out when I saw that Argentina had landed and they were in Kansas City, Missouri. And is Messi there now? Is Lionel Messi in Kansas City as I speak?
Well, technically, he should be. He should be there with the team, but I don't know with, if they allow the players to come in. FIFA has different rules coming in with the players, so technically, he should be there with the team. Although I haven't seen anybody snapping pics of him. Messi is known to kind of forget that he's Messi and go out in public like he can just be a normal human being. So I would think that if he was out and about.
Yeah,
in Florida, the Publix, which is their grocery store. It's their Schnucks.
Well,
and he's just out and about shopping.
Here's what I know is that, like, at the Knicks game, I guess Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were at the Knicks game, and one of her bodyguards bears a resemblance to Messi, and people were freaking out.
Oh, no.
So I'm sure if Messi himself were walking
Messi's
around
like
KC,
5'8".
Yeah, but, I mean, I feel like that's cool. Just knowing that he's in the same state as we are, assuming he's staying on the Missouri side. That's just kind of the World Cup energy that this brings.
Yeah, totally. And it's where you get to see whether you're a fan here, right? Maybe you adore a player or a particular type of team across the sea. We got a lot of Nate Gatter, who does KMOX Sports Open Line. A lot of times he fills in.
Yep.
He's a fan of Liverpool.
He's got Gas House Gang today.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got a lot of fans here that, of course, we're fans of the United States men's national team. We'd like to see them go farther. Maybe you have an MLS favorite, but there are a lot of fans who for a long time have been following the EPL or other leagues and are just excited to know that their favorite player is here on home soil.
Yeah, we're really excited. And the U.S. will play its first game on the 12th. Correct? That's a Friday, and so we're not too far away. It's a week from today that'll be their first game against Paraguay.
Yeah, that's right. So the 11th actually starts the game, so we're less than a week away for the actual first games when it comes to, then when the groups play. So, example, some of them aren't starting till the 12th. So, yeah, there's a lot in the different groups. We've got, just as we look at Bosnia and Panama, you've got Bosnia in Group B, I think it is, and that is a group where you look at that and say, okay, Switzerland is likely going to be a favorite in that group, but everything else is up for grabs. And then you look at Panama. Panama is we've had the United States in a group like this before. They're in what they call the group of death or group of chaos. They're in with England. They've got to face Ghana their first game. So they're in a no-joke, situation. So when it comes to the beauty of the World Cup is not just knowing, like, who might be in that final game, but each group in and of itself has its own kind of mini drama. Every type of competition in there is a different story that they're in terms of competition. So it's really a fun thing to look at the different teams and see what they're facing. And just to sometimes get out of that group can be almost like getting to the end of the World Cup because, again, for Bosnia and Panama, it's only their second time to the World Cup.
Oh, wow. I did not realize that. So this United States team, I know we've talked about it before. Are they ever going to be any good, or can they at least get to the knockout round?
Yeah, I think Brad Davis, St. Louisan, who's played pro. He played for the Houston Dynamo. He's played on the U.S. men's national team, and he comes up and does interviews with us sometimes in the booth. I asked him that. I said, "Listen, will you be honest and say, dude, is there a chance is it just that we want the U.S. to perform well, or can they really get out?" And he said, I really like Mauricio Pochettino. I really, he's had a tough time a little bit more than Emma Hayes has with the U.S. women's national team. Mauricio Pochettino has had to really learn that the type of system that the U.S. players grow up in is very different than what they have over in Europe. But he said, he's really become a symbol of hope for these players because he said, hey, at any point in time, there can be an upset. Why can't it be us? Why can't the World Cup be when we come together and play our best soccer? So there is an element of hope with that with all the players. So it seems like this, opposed to some of the previous World Cups, might be one where the U.S. could step up and at least show we are a force to be contended with. And as we continue to grow in the beautiful game, we will be making that final appearance at some point in time.
Jen Cease, we always love talking soccer with you, and we will do it again next Friday.
It is so loud there with you guys. I hope you're having fun.
I know. There's another one of the rich people with their private jets just rolled up.
We're on the runway, I think. They're going around us.
All these Bezoses rolling up here with their private jets.
Looks pretty nice. It's hassle-free, I'll tell you that.
Obviously. That's what happens when you have $1 billion.
I love skipping the hassle,
Well, you don't have $1 billion, so you don't get to.
Well.
Jen Cease, thank you. We love you.
Thanks, guys.
Jen Cease, City SC broadcaster on Y98, and of course, City is off for a while because of the World Cup. Tomorrow, there is the friendly at Energizer Park. That's what they call an exhibition game. If you're wondering what a friendly is, that's what it's called. Panama, Bosnia, and Herzegovina. That will be tomorrow, 2 o'clock at Energizer Park. When we come back, it's time to talk a little planes. Skip Stewart is going to be here. Aerobatic pilot, and he's looking at us right now. We're going to talk to him when we come back. We are live from the Spirit of St. Louis Airport. The air show starts tomorrow. You're listening to KMOX.
With summer here and the kids home full time, your garage door will see a lot more use. Do it a favor with annual maintenance from Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The 26-point tune-up is one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Get them all done. Trusted in St. Louis for 100 years. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Since 1926, they're never going to steer you wrong. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Join the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra for an unforgettable evening of music with the legendary, incomparable Bernadette Peters, legendary Tony Award-winning star of stage and screen. With her signature charisma and unmatched artistry, this one-night-only performance with your SLSO offers an intimate concert experience with one of musical theater's most luminous voices and a must-see event for Broadway and symphony fans alike. Don't miss an evening with Bernadette Peters, Friday, June 12th at Powell Hall at the Jack C. Taylor Music Center. Tickets at slso.org.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy. Brian Adams is bringing the Roll with a Bunches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Brian Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Brian Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Brian Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation. And neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. It's a great time to buy a brand new home, and the Reserve at Wildwood is where you want to be. Park-like setting with front porches on every home, connected trails for exploring, walk to Main Street and Wildwood Town Center, top-rated Rockwood schools, and legendary McKelvey quality you can count on, featuring James Hardy siding. Visit McKelveyhomes.com and learn what makes the Reserve so special. It's time to move up to McKelvey.
For men over 50, staying healthy shouldn't feel complicated. Neovitin Men's 50 Plus is a doctor-formulated daily multivitamin designed to support everyday wellness with just 2 tablets a day. You can subscribe at neovitin.com for convenient monthly delivery right to your door, or find Neovitin Men's 50 Plus at your local Deerbirds or Schnucks. All Neovitin vitamins are manufactured in a GMP-certified facility in the USA and are designed for real, everyday routines. Make nutrition easy with Neovitin Men's 50 Plus.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM KMOX.
Looking for a great real estate agent? Someone who can help you sell your home fast and for top dollar? Go to ready.com, REDY.com. Because on Ready, agents will pay you just for the opportunity to sell your home. Yeah, on Ready, agents will pay you for your listing. Thousands of dollars up front just for a chance to sell your home. And it's easy. Just go to ready.com, enter your address, and when you want to sell. In just 48 hours, the best local agents are competing on Ready to be your agent with cash offers up front just to win your business. Hey, your listing is valuable. Don't give it away. Make those agents earn it. Get paid to pick your real estate agent. Go to ready.com or call 888-525-REDY. 888-525-READY.
The Chris and Amy Show is video streaming now on KMOX's YouTube, X, and Facebook pages. Click and subscribe.
Keeping it going from the spirit of St. Louis Airport, the air show tomorrow is beginning here. The Spirit of St. Louis Air Show and STEM Expo. And it is tomorrow and Sunday. We reiterate that tomorrow is sold out. If you want tickets for Sunday, they're available for right now. You better hurry, though.
Hurry up and get them.
Yeah, that's right. Spirit-airshow.com. We are now joined by an aerobatic pilot. Skip Stewart is with us here, and he's getting ready to fly tomorrow and fly on Sunday. It's good to have you, Skip. Thanks for being here.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
So tell us, what goes into your show that you're doing? You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, this is my 27th season. I fly all over the world. Maybe what goes into my show, I built my own airplane. It's basically like buying a new car and then turning it into a race car. So it's a very, very modified single-seat airplane. It's a small biplane, a lot of horsepower. It's completely different than anything else you'll see here this weekend. Usually there's 2 or 3 civilian guys that are doing what we call flip-flops. But at this show, I'm the only one. So I'll fly really close to the ground, doing things that you think an airplane shouldn't do. Do a ribbon cut that's ribbon's about 20 feet off the ground. Do that inverted. Some cool stuff.
So, is it true that you were introduced to aviation through crop dusting?
Yes.
Right, like a family member, a grandpa.
My grandfather. That's correct.
And so, to go from a crop duster plane to what you do now, is it that you're in the crop duster plane and suddenly you get an idea that you want to try something?
Well, I have been in a crop duster airplane, but I have never crop dusted.
Okay.
My grandfather.
My Grandpa, watch this.
Yeah. He had a small airplane. He would come pick me up when I was a little kid. So that got me interested in flying. But as a little kid, there's not a whole lot you can do. Well, it turned into remote-controlled airplanes. And when you fly remote-controlled airplanes, it's pretty much all aerobatics. You don't just drive it around upright like a car. And so that's what got me into basically that type of flying. And then, then when I got my pilot's license, when I was about 14, I went to an air show like this and saw that, wow, you can actually do that in a real airplane, which blew my mind. And so from that moment forward, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. So once I got my private pilot's license, I was like, I can take off and land. It's time to turn upside down.
So you're flying a biplane mostly?
Yeah, at air shows, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so doing that, I know they're more agile than a lot of the other planes.
Questionable,
we see. Okay, well, tell us about what exactly it is you're using.
The modern, the Pitts biplane was the aerobatic airplane of choice all the way up through the 70s. And then the monoplanes took over. Leo Allenslager was the first one to really be successful with the monoplane, and then Walter Extra kind of copied that design so that more people could have it. These days, if you want the most performing aerobatic airplane, like a civilian airshow airplane, it's going to be a monoplane for performance, roll rate, all those things. Biplane has more drag, obviously, because that's 2 wings and flying wires and all those things. But for an air show, to me, it doesn't accelerate as fast. When you pull G's, it decelerates faster, so it allows you to do a show that's not as wide and not as tall and more right in front of the audience. And the other thing about the modern aerobatic monoplanes is they're super strong, made out of carbon fiber, and it's difficult to make it look like you're flying beyond the airplane's abilities, like you're overflying the airplane.
Yeah.
And with the older, it's 1940s technology in my airplane. I've done quite a bit of improvements. It's basically a new airplane, but with that airplane, you can tell it's being flown hard because it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting. So I don't know if this makes sense, but watching it.
Yes.
And when you're watching this plane and you can tell it's being flown hard, what are some things people are looking for? What is it that's standing out?
Well, I'm running the engine at quite a bit higher RPM, so it sounds a little different than most of the other people's airplanes. The way that it turns a corner, monoplanes turn a corner real smoothly because they're very efficient. Biplane digs, you can see it clawing in.
Yeah.
The difference is kind of like watching a figure skater or ice hockey. You can kind of tell the difference. One's more aggressive than the other, right? How do you tell? Well, because it's more aggressive. So the biplane, it digs in more. It just looks it's a smaller, more compact design. Looks more like a hockey player than a figure skater.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And for you as the pilot, is that more fun for you, that challenge?
It is. I enjoy flying it. I built the airplane. Like I said, I did all the modifications myself, so it's very unique to my style. And it's it fits like a shoe. I know it very intimately, and so when I fly it, I'm one with the airplane, and it's just if I was a really good guitarist, it would be my favorite guitar. But I can't play anything but an airplane.
So when you build I would say when you build your own airplane, you're probably a lot more confident in it than anything else you would fly, right?
That's true. Yeah. I don't know about anything else. There's a lot of really good airplanes out there, but
you got to be confident in yourself. It's one
Well,
thing for me to fix a sink.
What I'm pretty confident in is if I can break it, I can fix it.
Okay.
I've broken it quite a bit. Yeah.
Are you a commercial pilot too?
I am, yes.
Okay, so how often do you fly commercially?
I broke my leg, so I was out for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And I've just been back since April, and the airplane I fly was similar to the one that UPS crashed, and so they've been grounded until this month. So right now, not much.
Did you ever say this is your captain speaking? Could you hold on? I want to try something.
Yeah, no, I fly boxes.
Okay, so you don't fly people. All right. Well, I was going to ask you this.
I saw it in a cartoon once.
I have this question, and now I know you can't answer it because you don't fly people. But I had a pilot just this past week come out to the gate and just start talking to everybody.
Yeah.
He was addressing all of us.
Oh, wow.
And he was put on a comedy show.
Oh, wow.
And then he went back and started playing music and
wow.
Then flew the plane.
Okay.
It was Southwest.
It was Southwest.
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to do that.
I've never seen a pilot
I
do
flew
that.
corporate. I flew an airplane a lot like this for about 6 years, and I flew regionals.
For the rich people.
Back when it was for a rich company.
Yeah.
Largest producer of electricity in the world. But so I have done the people thing, but the cargo's definitely more my style.
It's got to be more nerve-wracking to fly other people, isn't it?
Nah, I don't think so. Nah,
think of it as aerobatic flying.
Self-loading cargo is what the people are.
And again, if you ever have if you ever have passengers that you're not thrilled about, you could give them a little scare if you wanted.
No, when I flew corporate, I was very careful. I wanted to not spill their coffee, and I always want to do a good job.
Did you ever introduce yourself as an aerobatic pilot?
They all know. These days, everybody.
So how do you get ready for a show? What do you do the day of?
Whatever. I do a radio interview, and I hang out my car with the air conditioner on, and
you're just not too worried.
Drink
about
a little water. Yeah,
that's it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Well, Skip, it was really great to talk to you. Looking forward to tomorrow. And for people who do have tickets for tomorrow, they're going to see a really great show. I know that.
Yeah.
And
it's a fantastic show.
If you don't have tickets for Sunday,
you better hurry
can
up.
still it's spirit-airshow.com. Spirit-airshow.com. So tomorrow and Sunday, Spirit of St. Louis Air Show and STEM Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. We appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here with us.
My pleasure.
It's Chris and Amy on KMOX. We just want to remind you that we do have coming up on June 17th, Chris and Amy Day at the ballpark. Cardinals game. It's an afternoon game, 1:15 first pitch. We have special tickets, $15 tickets in a special section. We're going to be guest bartending at the Mississippi Yacht Club, which is just inside Gate 1. We'll be guest bartending. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we hope that you'll come out. Cardinals.com/Chris and Amy if you want to get those special tickets. $15. You can't beat that. It is Chris and Amy. We are broadcasting live from the Spirit of St. Louis Airport. We are having a great time. The air show starts tomorrow. And when we come back, we expect to talk to some snowbird pilots. Or one snowbird pilot.
They just walked by.
Oh, they did. They're all over.
I don't know if they saw us.
But you know what? They're the friendliest because they're Canadians.
Very polite.
We'll talk to them when we come back on KMOX.
You like the word thorough? It's a good word, thorough. It means complete, accurate, detailed. Well, when you go to Ophthalmology Associates, you will get a thorough eye examination. The technology's incredible. It's all up to date, the very latest. And Doctors Birdie, Malhotra, Brusati, and Royer and their staff will make your visit very personal. That's because they believe every patient is unique. Ophthalmology Associates takes all the research and technology and their personal knowledge and expertise and tailor it into an eye care plan that is as unique as you are. Services include everything from expert treatment of cataracts and retinas to comprehensive eye exams for you and the kids, and a full-service optical shop with a ton of frames to choose from. Ophthalmology Associates, 3 St. Louis area locations. Visit youridoc.com or call 314-966-5000.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey guys, it's Glover. Right now, buy 4 windows and get 4 free and 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Call 314-334-2522. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Ready for a fresh start? The Excel Center in St. Louis is here to help you earn your high school diploma, tuition-free and on your schedule. With convenient locations in downtown St. Louis and Florissant, you can learn at your pace with support every step of the way. Need childcare, career coaching, flexible classes? We've got you covered. Registration is now open. Don't wait to take the next step toward your future. Visit excel.mersgoodwill.org to enroll today. This community message has been brought to you by Together Credit Union.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 11 o'clock, we are now in the 80s. We have sunny skies, 82 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. In the news, a stronger than expected jobs report from the Department of Labor Statistics this morning showing the country gained 172,000 jobs. That's nearly double what analysts were predicting. ABC's Taylor Dunn has more on where we saw job growth and where we didn't.
Leisure and hospitality went on a hiring spree in May, adding 70,000 jobs, including 48,000 just in food, services, and drinking places alone. Local government also saw a strong month, and healthcare continues to show strong gains. Meanwhile, we're continuing to see a decline or stagnation in white-collar jobs. Financial activities took the biggest hit, declining by 22,000 jobs in May, and now down 107,000 jobs since a recent peak in May of 2025.
U.S. astronauts aboard the International Space Station briefly took shelter due to air leaks today. The 5 astronauts moved to the docked SpaceX capsule while cosmonauts worked to fix the leak on the Russian side of the orbiting laboratory. NASA says there have been cracks before, but today's more extensive repairs were completed out of an abundance of caution. Construction on the eastbound 64 ramps at Prospect Road finished weeks ahead of schedule. The Improve I-70 Warrenton to Wentzville project expected to take 30 days. The ramps reopened today, less than 2 weeks after the work started. MoDOT says the eastbound 64 lanes will remain narrowed and closed nightly until July 1st. For the town of Kimmswick, Missouri, this weekend's Strawberry Festival is more than just fun.
133 people is our residents, getting ready to open the gates to about 100,000.
Mayor Kenneth Kraft III says that's a huge financial boost to the tiny town. Although the Fall Apple Butter Festival is the town's main moneymaker, Mayor Kraft says this weekend is important to both residents and farmers.
This really is for our community. It's something, like our entire neighborhood. We can have 100,000 people down here in town, and we all still know each other throughout the crowd. But it's something that we all do enjoy.
The Strawberry Festival runs Saturday and Sunday in downtown Kimmswick. Weather now, sponsored by United Way of Greater St. Louis, helpingpeople.org.
Clouds and sun this afternoon with a thunderstorm or two around, mainly north of the city, high 90. Warm and humid, low 72 tonight. A thunderstorm in spot late tonight into tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Currently, we have mostly sunny skies, 83 degrees in Florissant, 82 in St. Peters, 82 degrees also downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
When our neighbors need support, United Way brings people together, helping families, helping children, helping people through everyday challenges, and building hope for tomorrow. Unite with us at helpingpeople.org.
Chris Ronchi, Amy Martzgors, because life is too short for boring radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Told you. What a great national anthem. We are live at the Spirit of St. Louis Airport for the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show, which is happening tomorrow. It starts tomorrow in the morning. Unfortunately, sold out tomorrow, but Sunday, still tickets available, and you should come out here because it is going to be a fantastic time. Spirit-airshow.com, and we are joined now by Phil Rochon, who is the Public Affairs Officer for the Snowbirds, which is it's kind of like it's an aerobatic team, right? Would you consider it an aerobatic team? Is it?
Yeah, we're the Canadian Forces aerobatic team,
Yeah.
so similar to the Blue Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we represent the entire Canadian military, so Army, Navy, and Air Force.
The Royal Canadian Air Force, but the whole military.
Exactly.
That's awesome. And the Snowbirds, you guys have been to St. Louis a few times.
We have. When I checked our records, we've been here I think 4 times. I think the last time was about 10 years ago. So we're super happy to be back and be able to show our American friends what we can do.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So let's talk about what you can do, because you mentioned it's a lot like the Blue Angels. The planes are different, obviously. I'm looking at one of them right now here on the tarmac,
Yeah.
but I don't know if most people here are aware of the Angels. They're aware of the Thunderbirds, the Air Force. Tell us about the Snowbirds.
So we don't fly our frontline fighter jets. So our frontline fighter jets for the Canadian Air Force is the F-8. But we fly to what's called the CT-114 Tudor, and it was actually our primary jet trainer for from the 1960s till about the 2000s. So it's a side-by-side aircraft, so there are 2 seats. During the show, it'll only be the pilot. It's a bit slower than the fighter jets, so we're actually able to keep the show really in front of the audience, whereas a lot of the faster jets, they're going to go by. It'll take a couple seconds for them to reposition and come back.
Yeah.
Our show, we try to keep everything in front of the crowd, so all the time there's something in front. And really, we put 9 aircraft up, so they'll actually fly in formation 9 aircraft. One of our key maneuvers is the Big Diamond, so they'll actually come around the crowd, showing the top side of the aircraft, all 9 aircraft, and they'll be spaced almost about 4 feet apart.
Which is
between
nothing.
wings. Yeah.
That's nothing. I think we're 4 feet apart right now.
Yeah,
We're sitting at a table.
Exactly.
And what speed are they flying at?
They're flying at probably about I think it's about 200 and some knots. So they're a bit slower than the fighter jets, but it's quite something to see.
Well, if you're driving next to somebody on the highway at 80, it's still unnerving.
Yeah.
So being in the air and you're 4 feet apart from somebody, like the guy next to you, and there's somebody to your right as well. That's
exactly. It's a lot of concentration for the pilots.
So with the Snowbirds, what is the process for a pilot making it to the Snowbirds team, and then how long is that pilot on the team?
So really, for our team, it's they all have to be pilots in the Canadian Forces with a requisite number of hours in high-performance aircraft. So either our training aircraft, fighters, but we will take any of our pilots. So we have helicopter pilots on the team. We have our submarine hunter planes, the CP-140 Aurora. We have a couple of them. We have a couple fighter pilots also with the team. They come in, they do a tryout, they do an interview to make sure that they fit our public affairs side, and then they're posted into the unit. And we start training right after the end of the season. So we have a couple new pilots this year. Last October, we finished the season, and they started on their conversion to the tutor right away and straight into training.
What is the training like? How rigorous is it?
So our training, we'll train all of winter. So basically, it's the conversion to the jet, and then we build off a building block process. So they'll fly. If you're on the left side of the formation, the right side person will fly with you for the first few flights until you're comfortable, and then we'll let you go off on your own and fly on the side. And then as they build the whole show, they get more comfortable. They get closer together. The maneuvers come together and everything goes. And really, our training ends in Comox around May every year. We go to Comox, British Columbia, and that's where the show really comes to part.
Wow.
So wait, okay. Describe that again for me. So the one pilot will be on the right side, and you'll have them fly with the person on the opposite side?
Yeah, so because it's
what is the purpose
because
of that?
it's a two-seat trainer.
Okay.
And really, it's a mirror always. We always want a symmetrical formation. So having both pilots in the same aircraft, practicing, you have the person that's experienced with the person who has less experience, and what the other pilot's doing. The other person takes control. They flip the plane over to the other side of the formation. They do a couple of the maneuvers again. So it's really to get that perfection in.
So how difficult is it to get into this group?
It can be fairly difficult. Not so much now. A lot of our pilots will stay with the team 3 to 4 years. This is the last season right now that we're flying the CT-114 Tudor. It's going to be retired after this season. So we're going to be going through a period of transition where we're going to be stopped for a couple years as we get new aircraft in. So really, it's this year's sort of a special year for us. So we're not going to have an intake of pilots this year. When the new aircraft comes on board, who knows? When the Snowbird started, we had a waiting list of people that wanted to come to the team.
So I actually was talking to my brother this morning because my family and we come to this air show every year. We love it. I'm totally geeking out this morning. And I was talking to him, and he said, hey, I think it's the Snowbirds. I think this is their last year with those planes. He's like, if you talk to him, you need to ask. So what planes are you guys moving to? So
eventually we're going to be getting the CT-157 Siskin 2, which is our new trainer that's coming in. It's a PC-21. So it's a propeller plane, so it's going to be a bit different.
Oh, wow,
But we're not getting those until probably early 2030s. So it's going to be a bit of a stopgap for the team. But we're excited to celebrate the CT-114 Tudor. We're incredibly happy to celebrate 55 years of the team. This is our 55th year. So really we're celebrating that, and that's our concentration, is really celebrating the legacy of the Tudor and what the team has accomplished in 55 years.
What's the difference between the abilities of the plane they're flying now and then the one they're going to get?
It's comparable. It's comparable. So
even though one's a prop and one's not.
Yep. And there's going to be some changes, and what the team's going to look like is going to change, and that's something that's well away from my expertise and what's going to happen. I'll be long gone out of the military probably by then. But if you look at the statistics of the aircraft, they're very similar in performance.
When a Canadian hockey team finally brings the cup back to Canada, You guys going to do any special shows, you think?
Well, we started off our season actually a couple weeks ago in Montreal. So
Did you really?
We did the fly past of the Formula One Canadian Grand Prix. And then it just so happened the Montreal Canadiens were playing that Monday, so we spooled up and did a fly pass of the Bell Center in Montreal. Awesome. Unfortunately, it didn't help the team.
Well, it happens.
But that's not my team. My team.
You're Ottawa, right?
I'm from. Well, we're based out of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Well, you personally.
But I'm from Ottawa.
Yeah.
I'm a Senators fan, so my golf season started eearlier.
But you got a St. Louisan on the team, and Brady Tkachuk.
Exactly.
He's from here.
Exactly. So it's we're hoping. Hopefully that cup will come back next year. Knock on wood.
Well, so we are looking forward to tomorrow. This is very cool. I love the air show.
And if you want your chance to see this iteration of the Snowbirds, you have to come tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah. What time is your part of the show getting started?
We're about in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's you'll get to see some great performers before us. We'll be up, and then there's going to be some great performers after. So it's always fun. We always love coming to these air shows in the U.S. We love flying. Yesterday we got a chance to do a joint flight with the Blue Angels on our arrival. So it's always great to be able to come down and have some fun with our American friends.
Oh, I love that. That's great. They love about the air show is it always kind of creates chaos in the shopping centers down there because all the planes are constantly flying by, and you have like the world's largest strip mall just down the street, and so it really does bring everybody together. Because no matter who you are, you're looking up to the sky in awe as these planes fly over, whether it's a fighter jet or whether it's like the incredible 9-plane formation of the Snowbirds.
Yeah, that's for us. It's our mission is really inspiring. So inspiring the next generation either to go into the military, go into science, technology, engineering, aviation. That's what we really want to see and see that anybody can do what we do.
Yeah.
And so tomorrow, middle of the day, people can expect your part of the show, and then same thing on Sunday, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're flying both days.
Spirit-airshow.com for tickets on Sunday. Again, as we've mentioned, tomorrow it's gone. All the tickets are gone for that. They don't want to, we were told earlier by Mark that they don't want 125,000 people down here.
Yeah, they were not expecting
Parking
that.
is a problem.
Yeah, one of the air shows, so they cap it at 25,000. Yeah. He did say, though, I think the first planes start flying around 11. He suggested getting here by 9. He's like, get here, have some coffee, chill out, because it's going to get crowded.
Phil Rochon with the Snowbirds, thank you for stopping by. This was a great conversation, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
And coming up next, this is the thing that Amy, even though she loves the planes, she could not be more excited about what is going to happen here in St. Louis in 2028. The U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials are going to take place in St. Louis, a huge announcement. And when we come back, President of the St. Louis Sports Commission, Mark Schreiber, will join the show. That is next on 104.1 FM KMOX.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our firm handles hundreds of crash cases involving semi-trucks every year. A crash case involving semis is much different, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can leave lots of money on the table. Many times there is separate insurance for the cab and for the trailer. Sometimes there are actually layers of other insurances and excess insurance that some lawyers may not know about because they don't see that many cases. We see these cases every day. Also, there are federal laws governing the hours a driver may drive in a 24-hour period and logs that are required. A crash case involving a semi-truck is a totally different animal than a simple car crash. We have lawyers who only handle these cases. It's all they do. Rolling the dice with the wrong law firm can be disastrous. Call us on your cell phone at Pound Law, pound 529. It's so easy.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I've been burned before.
I was just repeating the same patterns. It turns out I had a type.
Workplaces everywhere are looking for love. And by love, we mean the easy way to order food at work. Easy Cater.
I thought ordering from great restaurants at work had to be complicated, but then I met Easy Cater. So many options, so flexible, and when I ordered for 50 gluten-free vegans without going over budget, I knew I'd found the platform I wanted to do life and lunch with.
Fall in love with Easy Cater. Start an order at easycater.com.
We often hear the words retirement and annuity used in the same sentence, but it's important to know that not all annuities are the same. If you're not sure, it may be time for an annuity x-ray. Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group can review your annuity. Call Steve at 636-230-8824 and at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
City SC's Summer of Soccer, presented by Purina, kicks off on Friday, June 12th with the biggest soccer celebration in St. Louis. This festival-style watch party on Lou Fuse Plaza at Energizer Park is free for all and open to the public. Show up at 5 p.m. for live music, local food and drink, giveaways, special appearances, and a live viewing of USA versus Paraguay on 5 massive screens. Learn more at summerofsoccerstl.com.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX, sponsored by Community America Credit Union and Apair. Invested in STL. Invested in you. Now open.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Got a huge day coming up in a couple of weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks from now, so you better get your tickets for this. June 17th, Chris and Amy Day at the ballpark. Cardinals-Padres will play an afternoon game, 1:15, and Amy, Mark Scores, and I, we will be there at the game. And we've got $15 tickets in a special section.
For Chris and Amy listeners.
For Chris and Amy, cardinals.com/Chris and Amy. So come out and see us. We will be there. We'll be broadcasting before the game, and then we will be guest bartending at the Mississippi Yacht Club pop-up.
Float
just inside,
trip themed.
That's right, just inside Gate 1 at the ballpark.
Yeah.
And a lot of other stuff is going on, and we want you to come out. Again, get a hold of those $15 tickets. Pretty good deal. Cardinals.com/Chris and Amy.
Yep, we can't wait to see you there on June 17th. Well, speaking of exciting news, and we were kind of tipped off earlier.
Ticked off, really tipped off by Mark Schreiber, the president of the St. Louis Sports Commission, that, hey, you know what? St. Louis is going to throw in a bid to secure the 2028 U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials. And, of course, this would be huge news for just an incredible St. Louis running community, the St. Louis city as a whole. And guess what? By golly, they did it. St. Louis will be the location, the host city for the 2028 U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials. And joining us now is a victorious Mark Schreiber, president of the St. Louis Sports Commission. Mark, how great was yesterday when Jackie Joyner-Kersee, one of the greatest athletes of all time, full stop, made the announcement that St. Louis would be the host city for the Olympic Marathon Trials?
Hi, Amy. Hi, Chris. It was great. I will get to Jackie in a moment, but I will say all of this was done just for Amy, just for her.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Literally just for her.
The
yes.
love.
Yes.
Oh.
Jackie was outstanding, and the cool thing, the always selfless Jackie Joyner-Kersee, we're having her come up to make the announcement, and Dawn Harper-Nelson, our gold medalist, was there as well, and Jackie brought Dawn up on stage together so that they could make the announcement together. It was a really cool thing.
And Mark, being there in front of the Olympic rings at WashU, just outside Francis Field, as you made the announcement that this Olympic marathon in 2028, Olympic Marathon Trials, I should say, in 2028, will start on Francis Field, where the very first Olympic marathon ever run on U.S. soil was held. That's where they started back in 1904, right?
Exactly. And there's those great pictures of the runners starting there, and hopefully our race is going to be much better run than it was in 1904 because they had all kinds of crazy stuff happen. But yeah, that was one of the core pieces of our bid, was to play off of our Olympic history and be able to start at the site of the 1904 games and the 1904 Olympic Marathon, and, start at our oldest, most venerable sports venue in the region and finish in Energizer Park, our newest, most venerable sports venue. And that was a really compelling piece.
Okay, just because you said it had some wild things happen, Ron, I don't know if you know this, but I think they were giving some of the athletes strychnine on the course.
Strychnine?
Yes.
The poison?
Yes.
Brandy.
What?
Brandy and strychnine. Brandy and egg whites and strychnines, yes.
I know a couple of people named Brandy and Strychnine.
That's wild. So, science has changed. You know what I mean? Like, we've progressed since then. But it was so cool. Of course, Mayor Kara Spencer was there. Mona Vespa of Go St. Louis, Big River Running, and so many members of the running community. And, Mark, maybe for our listeners who are like, okay, so what does that mean that the Olympic trials, the Olympic Marathon trials will be here? What does that mean for our city?
Well, it means the prestige and the great exposure our community will get, and the relevance of being connected to the LA Games. We'll be the first Olympic trials in a whole series that will select members of the Olympic team. So I think just that connection to the LA Games is huge. But there's also the economic impact, of course. Amy, as you know, this is kind of like the Super Bowl of marathons, and the number of people that will be coming in for this is huge. So there's significant visitor spending. There's also the piece where it elevates our own local marathon to have those events take place back to back. It's great for the growth of our own local race. And, I think it's just another one of those great opportunities to bring something to St. Louis that instills pride in our residents and creates excitement and showcases St. Louis in such a positive way.
So we're still a couple of years out from this happening, but can you predict with any kind of certainty what the actual economic impact would be?
The thing we go off of right now is USA Track and Field's own numbers. They say $13.5 million. We'll try to do a little bit of our own homework on that and see where we get to, but that's the number we're going off at the moment.
And, Mark, like you said, the prestige of having an Olympic event, that means NBC Sports is here. And you have the Olympic fanfare playing, and you have this national coverage of this event, and St. Louis is front and center. And we just had that with the U.S. Figure Skating Championships, the de facto Olympic trials for the figure skaters here in our country. And, we saw Alyssa Liu, right, and knowing that her journey, or at least that specific Olympic journey, started here with the U.S. Figure Skating National Championships in St. Louis. And I took so much pride every time on that NBC Olympic broadcast. They'd pan over the city and you see the arch and the courthouse and Enterprise Center. That's what this is. That's what this brings to the brand of the city of St. Louis.
Exactly. And the thing with the marathon trials is it's basically a 3-hour showcase on a Saturday.
Yeah.
By the way, I heard you guys talking about the start time earlier. It's 11 a.m. Central. That's when the race will start. But there we are, 3 hours live on NBC, being able to showcase the city and just, everything that represents St. Louis so well. It's put out to the country, and that's such an important piece of this. And, you think back to the figure skating championships and that feeling that it gave us, that magical week, and to know that you have the opportunity to do that again. That's what these events do. That's so important to us.
That's such a great point, because I talked about those shots coming back after commercial break, of the downtown aerial view, and then you go to Enterprise. But this race is outside. So the national audience, depending on the course, but they're going to see WashU. They're going to see the streets of Clayton and Forest Park and downtown St. Louis and, and then Energizer Park where the finish line is.
Yeah, and they're going to see a community that steps up and the excitement that's generated by our residents here. And that gives people outside of St. Louis a sense of there is great momentum in this region, and that's so important. And I will say for locals, too, like the wonderful thing about a marathon is you don't have to buy a ticket to be a part of the event. You can just go right out on the street and watch the greatest long-distance runners in our country compete for a chance to go to the Olympic Games. That's a wonderful thing.
Mark, what is the St. Louis Sports Commission's role from now until then? Because it's going to take every bit of a couple of years for planning.
Oh, yeah. And this is going to be a bear to pull off. It is not easy to produce one of these events, but we will, working with Go St. Louis and the Greater St. Louis Marathon, the Sports Commission will spearhead and oversee our local organizing committee. So, we have to work together to do everything from finalizing the course and all the logistics that go with that to raising the funds to produce the race. And that's a big thing here because, there's not significant ticket revenue. It's not like the figure skating championships where you can generate revenue from ticket sales. We have to go out to the community. We already are off to a great start, but we need significant help from both the private and public sector, both the private and public sectors to make all this happen. And that's going to be a big focus for us over the next 2 years.
What's so fun about seeing these runners up close, too, because it's hard to tell, just like any Olympic event, it's hard to tell how great the athletes are because you have no perspective. It's just them against other athletes. But if you see these runners go by, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen elite marathoners, if you stand on the street and you watch them go by, you are going to think you're watching a different race. You're going to think, well, this must be the 5K or this must be the 1 mile because there's no way someone can run 26 miles this fast. And it's mind-blowing to me. I run marathons, and it doesn't make sense to me. Years ago, 2008, when Ryan Hall won the Olympic trials, I think it was in New York, they had a treadmill for people where they would strap them into a harness and lower them on the treadmill so you could feel just how fast their marathon pace was, and people just got thrown off the back of the treadmill. Like, it'll be so fun to watch them.
And it's also the added element of all that's on the line that day. You'll have a range of runners there in terms of ones that really have the legitimate shot to those that just qualify, but probably not going to be in the mix. For them, this is like the biggest race of their lives, just being on that stage at the Olympic trials. And then for all that's on the line for the highest level elite runners to know that they got one day, it's make it or break it to make the Olympic team. That's what especially elevates a race like this. And Amy, I got to ask you, any chance you're going to try to qualify?
No, we don't have time for this.
I don't
Sorry,
think so.
We don't have time for
I don't
this.
think I'm going to make it, Mark.
No.
2 hours,
Sorry,
37
Mark.
minutes. That's the standard.
No
I got to get
chance.
training now.
Mark, we appreciate you as always. Congratulations. This is a really big deal, and we are looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the time this morning. So happy for Amy and so happy for our entire community.
President of the St. Louis Sports Commission, Mark Schreiber, with us. Again, the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials coming in 2028 to St. Louis. And coming up next on this show from the Spirit of St. Louis Airports, we're going to talk to an F-22 pilot. Captain Nick Letourneau will join the show in just a moment on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Before a nation, there was an idea. Before freedom, there was a sacrifice. This year, KMOX marks America's 250th birthday. Step into history with John Hancock and Michael Kelley, Sunday mornings at 8, as they pull you into the moment where everything was on the line. This is the sound of a nation being born. Celebrate America, 250 years strong, with Hancock and Kelley, Sunday mornings at 8, only on KMOX. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Currently it is 83 degrees, warm with partial sunshine, maybe a thunderstorm in spots this afternoon, a high of 88. Tonight, mostly cloudy and humid, a low of 70.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
RENNER.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Taking care of your health shouldn't feel complicated. That's why we created NeoVitan to make nutrition easy. Our doctor-formulated vitamins are designed for real life and delivered straight to your door with our monthly subscription. No guesswork, no running out. Just clean, high-quality supplements manufactured in the USA using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Subscribe today at neovitan.com and take one simple step toward better daily nutrition. Visit neovitan.com and start making nutrition easy today.
Join the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra for an unforgettable evening of music with the legendary, incomparable Bernadette Peters, legendary Tony Award-winning star of stage and screen. With her signature charisma and unmatched artistry, this one-night-only performance with your SLSO offers an intimate concert experience with one of musical theater's most luminous voices and a must-see event for Broadway and symphony fans alike. Don't miss an evening with Bernadette Peters, Friday, June 12th at Powell Hall at the Jack C. Taylor Music Center. Tickets at slso.org.
Save big on your landscaping project now at Menards. Whether you're installing a patio or a new retaining wall, Menards has the blocks you need to get the job done right. We carry the largest in-stock selection, ready to take home today. Stop in and get our 12-inch smooth patio block on sale now. Save big on concrete landscape blocks at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Today, the Cards, the Reds.
Cameron Total Access 620. First pitch 7:15.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
From the spirit of St. Louis airports, we are here, the Chris and Amy Show, and tomorrow is the Air Show and STEM Expo, and it's going to be a fun time. Again, it's sold out for tomorrow, but if you want tickets for Sunday, go to spirit-airshow.com, and you will want to get those tickets because it will sell out. So Chris and Amy here, we've had a really fun time today, and now we are joined by yet another pilot, this time of an F-22. Captain Nick Lazlaterno is with us, and unfortunately, we just found out he's a runner, so that's all we're going to talk about now because Amy's here.
Well,
all we do is talk about running with Amy.
I know. He's from Minnesota. He's run Grandma's Marathon. He ran in college. Where did you go to college?
Well, I did 2 years at the University of St. Thomas. I ended up graduating from the Air Force Academy, but I ran at St. Thomas.
So,
very nice.
So here we are, Laz. First of all, let's talk about the call sign. How'd you get it?
So there's 3 different ways most people get their call signs. Either it's a way you look, it's a way or a natural with your name, right? It just fits, or it's something silly that you did that you were remembered for. So my call sign Laz is a shortened from Lazarus for Lazarus of Bethany, who famously died and came back to life. So a little bit of buffoonery might have led me down that path at one point.
Any
specifics? Buffoonery, yeah. Tell
any
us about
specifics
the
on how? I mean, if Lazarus is your call sign, there's no way that happens without a story.
One red flag, which is a training exercise.
Well, don't tell us the one you like to tell. Tell us the one that happened.
I
What's
know.
the one that happened?
Yeah. We were out in red flag. Obviously, a lot of aircraft, right? You're talking 50, 70 aircraft to train with, and a lot of resources up there. And one thing we do sometimes is augment the red or adversary forces. So I was doing that as a young wingman in the F-22. And the way that we transmit when you've been removed from training for being killed out is they call it over the radio. Hey, so-and-so, you're dead. And being a young wingman who didn't fully understand how things worked, I didn't hear that, and I ended up just raging as a dead man for about an hour long, causing all sorts of ruckus, and earned my name Lazarus that way. So.
That's so great.
That's pretty great.
That's a great call sign. Okay, so I don't know if it's different with the Air Force, but family friends of ours, their son, and this was like a long time ago. So this was back in the 90s. But their son was in the Navy and, wanted to be a pilot. But you go through all that training, and for him, like, they don't know if they're going to give you, like, a helicopter or a plane. And one of the famous stories from their jets, like, that's what he said, I got jets. Is that kind of how it works with the Air Force? Like, how does that work with the training and knowing what plane they're going to give you?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's very similar if people know about how kind of going to med school works, where they match you to an assignment for residency, right? It's very similar to that. You enter training. Everyone will start out training in the T-6 Texan II as of right now, which is a propeller-driven aircraft. And you're learning basic things. How do you fly an Air Force aircraft? How do you work the regulations and all that? And then from there, you'll track one of 2 directions. Typically, you'll go to the heavies, the transport planes, the refuelers, or you'll track to a fighter bomber type track. And at the time I went through, you flew the T-38 Talon. And from there, the kind of culminating event we go through is called drop night. And drop night is the night where everybody shows up. There's a big party, and it's, hey, what are you going to go fly someday? And you have no idea. So you rank things 1 to N. Hey, here's what I want to fly. You're matched to an aircraft, and the crowd goes wild. It's a really, really awesome time, and it's the culmination of 9 months to 12 months of hard work.
So when you find out you're flying this thing, which is really impressive, how you feeling?
Oh, man. In my situation, I got very, very obviously fortunate to be selected to do the F-22, and it was really special, too, because I went through pilot training with one of my best friends from the first day we ever flew T-6s, and the night that we got F-22s, he was called on stage first, and then they also called me up on stage at the same time as him, and all we knew was we were going to go fly the same airplane somewhere, which was pretty exciting.
Wow.
For it to then be the F-22, I mean, what an electric factory. It was so much fun, and it was a dream come true for sure.
Looking at it right now, this thing is... That's
it's
incredible.
a sexy plane.
It's a monster.
Yeah.
It is an absolute monster.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, and it moves.
Yeah,
Right?
somehow, right?
It's so. What is the challenge of flying this plane versus all those that you did before you got assigned to it?
The plane itself is actually a pleasure to fly. I've always said if you fly a Cessna or fly a smaller GA aircraft, you probably have a lot more going on in your cockpit than we do to fly. The airplane was designed to be used for a mission. So the engineers did a fantastic job of making the aircraft intensely easy to fly so that you can focus most of your brain power on the tactical execution of the aircraft. There are no 2-seat models of the Raptor, so therefore you in the cockpit are the only person there to run all the tactical systems, and the flying itself is very easy.
Okay, so I have heard that this plane is stable. What does that mean in jet terminology? Because, I mean, you can kind of try to put the pieces together, but what you were saying, is that what makes it easier to fly?
Kind of. Fighter jets inherently are actually unstable airframes, and what that means is they're extremely maneuverable. So the aircraft, if just left to its own devices without a flight computer, would not be something that would fly very well. We have a onboard flight control computer called Flickus, And that computer is doing, millions of calculations and taking into account all the flight parameters to keep the jet stable. And anytime I give an input to the aircraft, I'm not actually commanding it to do anything. I'm asking the flight control computer to help me out. So if I pull back on the stick and I want the nose to go up, the flight control computer is going to do any sort of transformer things it does with the flight controls to give me the request the best that it possibly can.
So, all right, it's so technologically advanced, but sometimes things do go wrong. Right? I can't imagine much goes wrong with this plane, though, does it?
Well, just like flying any high-performance or flying or driving any high-performance vehicle, there's bound to be things that break from time to time. But the aircraft is an extremely reliable aircraft. Everything is redundant. I have no question in my mind anytime I take off in that aircraft, I'm going to be able to bring it back down safely. And it's also a testament to my maintainers and my team that I have. I mean, absolute blind trust with those guys and gals. They are fantastic at their job.
So what do you do at this air show? I mean, what thing it can do, right? But or most things it do, but not necessarily everything? I mean, how do you approach it?
Yeah, so we're a little bit different from like the Thunderbirds, the Blue Angels, the Snowbirds in that they are demonstrating the precision of flying several aircraft within inches of each other, right? And that's a completely different skill set in and of itself. It's extremely impressive. We try to highlight the things that make the Raptor special. So what makes the Raptor special, in my opinion, that we can demonstrate at an air show is what we call super maneuverability. And it's the ability for the aircraft to remain maneuverable beyond the stall speed, essentially. So you'll see the aircraft do all sorts of awesome things, flips and tricks in the sky. We'll actually fly it backwards at one point, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We call it the tail slide. There's a point at which we are stopped in a single point in the sky, and we'll take that 64,000-pound aircraft and flip it over on itself in one point in the sky. It is a massively awesome demonstration of super maneuverability.
That's so insane. Okay, so how long are you in this position where you're flying this plane in shows versus like regular Air Force duty or being deployed or what have you? Like, how long do you do this job?
Absolutely. So the requirement to join the team as the pilot is being an instructor pilot in the F-22. That takes about 4 years of time. And then after that, you'll spend 2 years as the demonstration team pilot and commander. So I started out in 2025, and I will finish up my year this year in 2026.
So then what happens after that? Do you know?
I'm not sure yet. I guess we'll see. I'm excited to find out where we're going to go next, but back to the Combat Air Force somewhere.
Is it, so it's the kind of thing where do you get any sort of choice as to what you want to do? Options, say I'm looking for 1, 2, or 3. Hopefully I get one of those things, or is it nope, this is what you're going to do when it's over?
Absolutely. You can put in preferences essentially. So just like I did when I signed up for this, it was an application process to go through. We don't necessarily apply for our follow-on assignments, but we do say, hey, I'd like to do this, and then if it's the right place, right time, they try their best to slot us in.
Are there size requirements inside this cockpit? Like you can't be 6'3" or whatever it is?
I think it's a little bit bigger than that. There's a guy I know I fly with who's probably 6'5", about 240.
Oh, wow, okay.
Big dude. I don't exactly know what they are, but it's actually primarily driven by the ejection sequence. So we want to make sure that if you did, for some reason, need to get out of the aircraft, you could do it safely in the ejection seat, and therefore the seat is what drives most of the size requirements.
Okay, so
how know that?
Yeah, how do you train for that? Because they're not purposely crashing planes, so you can test out the ejection.
Yeah,
are they?
well, no, I'm just kidding. No, they are.
Okay.
No,
there's something I don't know about.
Yes.
Yeah, here's a clunker.
Here, you just crashed this one.
No, none of that. I think they did some crash test dummy shoots with the seats back in the day when they're developing them. But no, for us, it's academic in nature. We study it. Hey, how is this actually going to work? We rehearse it annually. Go through some special training for it. But no, we are not planning any F-22s. No.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
It'd be really expensive to do that.
That's right.
We were talking yesterday about the Blue Angels. There's that video from part of a documentary, which has been circulating a lot on social media lately of, I guess there are 5 of them, and they're in a conference room, and they're visually, they're closing their eyes, and they're going over the commands, and they're all just basically flying.
The commander's like yelling out, or saying each command that they're doing,
Yeah, so is there training like that? I mean, you're flying solo, or are you going up with another plane?
Just solo, that's
just,
right.
So do you do something like that where you visualize what you're going to do before you actually get in a flight or a plane and do it?
Yeah, we call that chair flying, and it's actually common not just to aerobatics or air shows. I mean, people chair fly all sorts of things, both in the civilian and the military world. I'd say, especially when you're down low like this doing these maneuvers, it's intensely important that all of this is rehearsed, right? It looks fantastic to the crowd, but we want it to be just another routine that we are doing, and therefore a lot of what we're doing is in relation to the ground. I need to be looking outside, just like they need to be looking at the aircraft next to them. And a lot of that is through that rehearsal over and over and over again. We don't just rehearse, we also brief with our entire team. I'm also talking to my safety observer, Nada, who is just around, and calling out parameters, and he's backing me up, keeping me safe from both the threat of the ground and the threat of other things in the air.
That's what I was going to ask you, is who are you talking to during it, since you don't have pilots next to you?
Yeah, talking to Nada, talking to my ground crew as well. I have them on the radio with me in case anything were to go wrong. We also have the show side of it, too. So we're doing music, we're doing a narration. We're trying to make the whole experience immersive for everybody watching.
So what is it like for you in the cockpit once you're up there, you're doing the show? Is it calm? Is it chaotic? Are you focused? Is there a ton of stuff going on?
Oh, it depends on the time and place, right? We hope that during the demonstration, it's that moment of calm. It's that thing you've rehearsed forever, and you're just kind of locked into the moment, right? But I'd say the best moments ever are when you're kind of just flying cross country. You have that moment to kind of look over your left wing, look over your right wing, and just say, wow, I can't believe I'm in charge of this thing right now, and I'm doing what I always wanted to do.
You do flyovers for anthems at stadiums?
We have, yep, and not just the demo
and
team.
You can hear the anthem, right?
Yeah. Usually they'll hot mic it so that we can do our best to try
time
to time it right. But not just the demo team. That's also flown over by several combat pilots as well.
What have you flown over?
Me personally, I've done a few Arlington flyovers.
Yeah.
The demo team, not myself actually, but my safety observer flew over the F1 Miami race last year, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's been football games, Super Bowls. I mean, there's been a lot of awesome things that the F-22 has flown over.
And now you get to fly over the Spirit of St. Louis Airport.
And so excited
and Chesterfield.
To do so. I'm so excited.
In the Valley.
I know Top Gun's the Navy. Right. But, of course, the movie comes out, and when the original Top Gun came out, I think the Navy had, like, recruitment tables there. I mean, is it a rising tide lifts all planes? Because I imagine interest in the Air Force as well would go up when you have cultural phenomenons like Top Gun.
Yeah, and we reference it all the time. I mean, they know how to do a fighter movie for sure, and we reference it constantly. I think that the movie did a great deal of help to the aviation community in general.
Yeah.
I know the producer when he made the movie had referenced it as a love letter to aviation, and I think it really was. It was shot beautifully. There was a lot of fantastic scenes, and Cabo Gunderson, one of my predecessors, was the F-22 demo pilot when that movie came out.
Wow.
And they actually did a really cool cinematic shoot with the F-22, filmed from a helicopter that played as an ad prior to the movie, and it was beautiful. And I remember I actually went to the show with Cabo as his safety observer back in the day. But yeah, it sparked a ton of interest, and it's been really, really fun to kind of connect with people that way.
So about what time is your part of the show tomorrow and Sunday?
We'll be around that 2 o'clock time frame all weekend, somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock, yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I've been geeking out all day because I love the air show, and I have a tendency to romanticize things, but I always think with fighter pilots and these fighter jets, I feel like, I call them like the last cowboys, right? Because you have like the whole American cowboy, right? And like riding off into the sunset. And we don't have our cowboy era anymore. But like for me, it's so much Americana and the planes flying off into the sunset. I love it. I mean, I just geek out about it nonstop.
You geek out about most things.
Well, but this is cool. This is really cool. And like we said, tomorrow the air show's sold out. But Sunday, you better get your tickets now.
Laz, it's great to meet you, and we're looking forward to tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by and talking with
likewise.
us.
Thanks for having me.
Nick Letourneau, Captain Nick Letourneau with us, F-22 pilot, part of the air show here at the Spirit of St. Louis Airport. Tomorrow, sold out. Sunday, still tickets available. You can get them at spirit-airshow.com. It's Chris and Amy, just a little bit to go. Gas House Gang is coming up. I'm sure they're going to talk Cardinals baseball with you. They have Cardinals have a game tonight. They're at Busch Stadium against the Reds, 7:15. It'll be here on KMOX. And also, the NBA Finals are going on right now. And new FanDuel customers can hit the court with $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 straight days. And FanDuel is the best place to bet all your favorite players during the finals. You can play your game any way you want to do it. And best of all, with FanDuel, you're going to get paid instantly if you do win. Like I said, Spurs and Knicks, that series has just begun. The Knicks have taken a lead in the series. FanDuel.com/Missouri to get $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 days. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. Minimum $5 wager required for 7 consecutive days. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's been said that our eyes are the windows to the world, and so it stands to reason we should take care of those eyes, right? And wouldn't you want to entrust that care to vision experts? Well, that's what you'll find at Ophthalmology Associates, specialists in every field of eye care. And they all share the common mission to provide their patients the highest quality of personalized care and attention. Thorough eye exams, cataract treatment, advanced vision correction surgeries, all aspects of eye care that's right for you is right at Ophthalmology Associates. This is Rick Wallace. They have been my trusted partners in the health of my eyes for almost 30 years. They are the best. Ophthalmology Associates, Drs. Bertie, Malhotra, Brusati, and Royer, 3 St. Louis area locations. Visit youridoc.com or call 314-966-5000.
City SC Summer of Soccer, presented by Purina, kicks off on Friday, June 12th with the biggest soccer celebration in St. Louis. This festival-style watch party on Lou Fuse Plaza at Energizer Park is free for all and open to the public. Show up at 5 p.m. for live music, local food and drink, giveaways, special appearances, and a live viewing of USA vs. Paraguay on 5 massive screens. Learn more at summerofsoccerstl.com.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Gorgeous day, partial sunshine, 83 right now, a high of 88.
Your 401k, 403b, and IRA, it's a future tax time bomb. I'll help you retire younger, richer, and with less anxiety. Let's avoid all those taxes on your IRA or 401k. Get your retirement questions answered. Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg, Saturday mornings at 7 here on KMOX FM 104.1. And then see your tax time bomb at checkwithgary.com.
Grab your shades, your float trip gear, and join us June 17th for Chris and Amy Day at Busch Stadium.
We'll be broadcasting live from the Mississippi Yacht Club pop-up bar outside Gate 1, hanging with fans and serving up some fun behind the bar.
Live music, Fred Bird special guests will all be there. Plenty of chances to stop by and say hello.
Plus, you can sit with fellow Chris and Amy listeners in our special section for just $15.
June 17th.
Chris and Amy Day at the ballpark, $15 tickets.
Get your tickets now, cardinals.com/Chris and Amy.
Go Cards.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Power your drive with Mobil 1 motor oil. Buy 5 quarts, get $15 back, and score a fast and furious prize after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
The road to the United Bowl starts here. Your St. Louis Battlehawks have clinched the playoffs and earned dome field advantage. Playoff football is coming back to St. Louis, Sunday, June 7th at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at UFLBattlehawks.com. United, we battle.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX. Chris and Amy now. The Dave Glover Show at 1 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Well, Amy, a little breaking news here in the last 15 minutes.
Oh, my gosh, what?
Unless something strange happens, the Bears are officially moving to Indiana.
Really?
The Bears Board of Directors voted today to advance the stadium development in Hammond, Indiana, just across the border on the Indiana side from Illinois. It's pretty close. I mean, you can. Well, it's very close to.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically it's closer to the city than that where they were proposing.
Arlington
Heights.
Yeah,
but
it's out of the state.
I heard in the reports that it would not endear the Bears to the people of Chicago.
Well, here, it's still going to be close, and people are going to make fun of it, whatever. But Illinois is now not going to be on the hook for building them a stadium. The taxpayers won't have to. So that's good. And if you're in Chicago, you're probably happy about it because everybody's still going to stay in the hotels in the city and then go over to the football game.
Kind of like we were talking if Arrowhead if they moved
in
the Chiefs, stadium to Kansas State, people would still stay on the Kansas City, Missouri side.
Yeah, there might be some hotels over there, but on the Kansas side, however, just very interesting. So it looks like that is basically done. So there you go, Illinois taxpayers. You're not going to have to foot that bill. We want to thank everybody at the Spirit of St. Louis Airport for having us out here today. Great time today. Yeah. Tomorrow's air show sold out, but not Sunday. Spirit-airshow.com if you want to come out here. Everything opens at 9 o'clock, and they do recommend getting here early if you're coming down to the air show. And don't forget, we have a big day at the ballpark, June 17th, Chris and Amy Day. Get those $15 tickets, cardinals.com/Chris and Amy, June 17th. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Audie and Hearing.
Homeowners are still sitting on COVID-era low mortgage rates. Brian Wickert of Accunet Mortgage in suburban Milwaukee says that trend won't change anytime